Just that much confidence to be able to get up there and do
Welcome to the herpes convention. My name's Miles.
I know.
Dude, people get so scared.
Yeah.
I mean, like, doing the eulogy for my dad, I knew my brother wasn't going to do it, so that's fine. But, like, when my cousin died, they had already done the hard part, and then we're having the thing afterwards. Now, granted, there was probably 200 people in this hall. And one of my cousin's like, here's a microphone. You got to do something. I'm like, what? They're like, just tell them where to go and this and that. And I was like, I literally put it down and went, you're scared to say that?
Right.
I'm like, okay.
Right. Hey, everybody, we're going to Olive Garden.
Right. Because nobody wants to sound
You
stupid.
know what, honestly, I had to, like, thank sponsors because people had donated food.
Oh, mercy.
Just tell them which table had which food.
MC Ted Smith.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Right.
A vegan said to me, people who sell meat are gross.
Oh, yeah?
I said, people who sell fruits and vegetables are grosser.
Hey-oh.
Ted, do you know any funny jokes about pasta?
Do I know any funny jokes about pasta? No.
I know a few silly
The
ones.
silly ones. All right. I was right there.
My girl asked me what my favorite number is. I said 15. What's yours? She said 88.
Yeah.
I said, why? My favorite memory with my grandfather was making sandcastles with him. Then Mom took his ashes away from me.
Oh, damn.
A couple more.
Damn.
If the Lone Ranger was Goth, would his sidekick be Emo Sabi? Did you hear about Mike the auctioneer who had diarrhea?
No.
Oh.
Going once, going twice, soiled. Did you hear about the blonde who broke her leg raking leaves?
No.
Fell out of a tree.
But I like the Ace in our neighborhood.
I know you do. Do they have power?
Hey, they don't, but it seems like that kind of place.
What are you going into Ace Hardware for?
Oh, they think I'm insane.
What, wheelbarrow? What do you get? What do you need?
No, like last July 4th, I went in there to make a beer bong. And then I was in there again another time.
Did you ask them, hey, where are your beer bong making
You go to Ace
materials?
Hardware to buy stuff for a beer bong.
The guy literally said, seem a little old for this. Or like, usually people are younger. So I was like, I need thicker too. But I was like, it's July 4th. And then I was in there again.
Left that you're a little old for this, sir.
And I
Did he
was
put a
like,
clamp on there for
I
you?
need a giant stir.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, I was like, you just need a 2x4? I was like, you got like a 2x whatever. And then like, he's like, what are you doing? I was like, low country boil in a pot this big. And he's like, all right.
This is why you're loyal to Ace Hardware.
Well, they're very nice.
And they got what he needs.
And they help you. I mean, you can
The
get
helpful hardware folks.
They are. The guy was like, look, if I had time, I'd shave this piece of wood but into a pat. He's like, I don't have time. I was like, I'll take the wood.
He would have shaved it into a paddle for you.
Yeah. They have
Damn.
like saws back there or something. But yeah, he was kind of shocked. He's like,
Why don't you just take your cricket stick?
ooh, because we put a lot of seasoning in that crab boil, man.
So I'm a 24/7 kind of guy. Drink, smoke, issues, and so I always have eye drops on me, and I only will do Clear Eyes because nothing else seems to work for me.
I'm right there with it. I'm absolutely right there with it.
Visine doesn't do it.
I've got it in my bag, back of the desk. No, it doesn't.
Visine doesn't do it. Yeah, it just doesn't do it. So it's Clear Eyes, and it's funny too because I go to places now, and I guess the kids are stealing them and stuff, and they lock them up now in some places.
Why do they steal them for?
I have no idea.
I think if you're a teenager, it's hard to explain to your parents why you have clear eyes.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Well,
you
the red works better than the blue for me on the Clear Eyes.
Ted, I think you nailed it.
Okay, that was pretty good math. I was like,
Why do you need eye drop? No reason.
Same reason I do.
Yeah.
Right.
There's one reason you need eye drops
I need
if
them
you
right
don't
now
have allergies.
because my Cooter Cook cooks with country crock and stock in his crock pot while wearing Crocs in Cooter Coots country cabin. The way that we do Ted versus the FCC, 1 time through, 3 times fast.
You got it, man.
Yep, no problem. All right. Cooter Crook cooks with country.
Oh, jeez, the win.
Jeez, dude.
Does that even count? Should we just do round 3 right now?
I mean, it's like offsides.
Yeah, false start.
Yeah.
False start.
It's a 10-yard penalty.
Damn, man.
1 time through,
It was a legal man in motion.
3 times fast.
Wow.
Yeah, check your lineup before we snap the ball, Ted.
Yeah, look over at the official.
That's right.
Make sure you're on the line. You know.
All right, I'll try this again.
Damn.
Cooter Cook cooks with country crock and stock in his crock pot while wearing Crocs in Cooter Cook's country cabin.
3 times fast.
Cooter Cook cooks with country crock and stock in his crock pot while wearing Crocs and Cooter Cook's.
Oh,
there it is.
we're doing that again. That was round 3. Excuse me, man. What a
I
year.
got something on the mind.
What a year. What an absolute year.
Long winter, Ted.
What's that?
Long winter.
I don't know, man. There's too many C and O's in that one.
So can Coach Ted encourage her to take her driver's test so she can finally get her license, a Suck It Up cupcake, and some dad jokes for Miles? Love the show. That from Tato, phonetically Polish for dad.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
Coach going to start this with, remember, do as Coach says, not as Coach did. It is important to get that driver's license, all right? Also, Coach had to get a second one when he was a full-grown adult. Not nearly as hard as you think, right? You go take the written test, or the what do you call the primary test, learner's test, get your permit, cruise around with Dad. He'll help you out. And then you go take the driving test. And before you know it, you'll be driving. And then you'll be like, Dad, do you need gum? I'll go get gum.
And your dad will stress every time you leave.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys do that too?
What's that?
As soon as I got my license, like, what do you need? I'll go get it.
Frisco Freeze in Tacoma gets my favorite burger for sure.
Frisco Freeze have been getting a lot of love today. Just different comments from different sources. I've been seeing that a lot. Mike, what do you think? You're kind of like, it's fine.
I think I have to go there again. I had it. It was okay. I think I'm more of a Dick's guy. I need to try it again.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I need to try it again.
And if you're in Seattle, man, go to Loretta's, Northwestern.
yeah.
That is a killer. But it's 5 minutes, maybe 10.
He's got a 5-minute limit.
Yeah.
Well,
If you got double the
the
time.
difference is, though, I think if you're at Loretta's and you have time to sit down and drink a beer, sir, would you adjust the rule if you had time for a beer?
I mean, no.
Okay.
Wow.
My bad.
Some man is
All right.
dedicated.
Like Wendy's, they're looking for that chief, what's the tasting officer or
Yeah,
whatever?
the CTO.
You should get a massive dude that doesn't wear sleeves, just put a red wig on him.
Something that looks like
And that's
jelly
just
roll.
like, I'm Wendy.
Yeah.
I like this burger.
I'm Wendy.
You get like Joey.
You don't think that would creep people out?
I'm
get
Wendy
like
now.
Joey Swole, and he's just like, I'm Wendy.
It's just chilly.
Right? Game.
Ted, the CEO of Campbell's, he was caught on tape basically saying, talking about Campbell's soup.
Yeah.
And he said, man, that's salty ass crap. It's cheap food for cheap people. I would never feed that to my kids.
Yeah.
And it was caught on tape and they fired his ass.
Yeah.
They did.
Because that's a bad look when you're the CEO. The McDonald's CEO clearly does not like the food that they're asking
And
you
you
to buy.
got to be careful, too. Remember Papa John looked like he was all cracked out. It's like, I've had 30 pizzas in 30 days.
Yeah, no, it's like, dude.
all right.
Drop it in bombs.
I know, and he did. Listen in. I had 30 pizzas in 30 days. Like this.
Are you black? Do you like pizza? Papa John.
Come on down, in. Like, hey, man.
Bring all you.
All yens are welcome. I'm Papa John, goddammit.
Unks, YNs, whatever.
I don't care.
I ain't the only racist in Louisville.
Well, he's not.
But I got the best pizza.
When it comes to brand loyalty, what restaurant or grocery item are you loyal to? 206-803-ROCK.
Now, excuse me, as I head to the Derby.
Yeah.
And now, the men's room legacy continues. Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,486. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. Montgomery! Thanks you. Our men's room. On tap today, your guess is as good as mine. Categories: the world's 10 deadliest animals and warm weather destinations. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, a men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack.
Drunk. All right, here we go. An American Airlines passenger is kicked off the flight for playing videos on speakerphone. Meanwhile, the reason one Florida man was arrested will surely make you groan. 2 teenagers leave a bag full of weed and cash at a New Zealand Goodwill. To confuse a deer carcass with a human remains definitely takes some skill. And Canadian officials rescue 23 people who floated away on a sheet of ice. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, let us go to the fine state of Kentucky, where a car owner took their vehicle to their dealership after their system's malfunction light popped on, and it did not take long for the mechanic to figure out what the problem was. It was the 3 baby squirrels on a nest under the hood. And as rodents do, they chewed through the wires. And obviously, that's not the first time that has happened. Now, over in England, it was a first for officers there when they stopped a car trying to deliver drugs to a prison. Now, that part was not a first. The first was, well, in addition to finding crack in the car, they also found a living, breathing monkey. That's right, surprise. Exactly what you expect to find in a vehicle with drugs, a monkey. Now we go to Australia. And you know, there's that joke that every animal in Australia is out to kill you. Well, they are. All right, let's just sum it up real simple. Last week, a Canadian tourist died from drowning. Now, you see, the pack of ravenous dingoes had chased her off of the beach and into the ocean. She made the business decision to stick with water as opposed to being ripped apart by the dingoes, and she paid with her life. Now, it should be pointed out, by the time they found her bodies, she had washed back ashore, and the dingoes were making short work of what was left. Because dingoes going to be dingoes. The crazy thing is, that's not the first time it happened. 3 years ago, a pack of dingoes chased a jogger into the ocean. She happened to survive. This week, however, residents in Australia's Northern Territory, they're being advised to avoid the region's floodwater because, quote, there are crocodiles everywhere, unquote. To put this in perspective for you, they're pointing out these are specifically the saltwater crocodiles. They get up to 20 feet long and can weigh up to a ton. So essentially, it's Jurassic Park in the water. That is, but only because it's Australia, they say, hey, don't swim into floodwaters. I guess you got to tell people what you got to tell people. But look, every so often we have that surprise encounter with an animal. Maybe it's cool. More often, it's not. So today's question, we revisit the animal kingdom. So our question brought to you by our friends at Advanced Air Restoration is, what animal were you surprised was part of your day?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram and Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
is on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, but y'all, away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,486. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Exciting return of your guess is as good as mine. Today's categories, as it is a cold Monday in Seattle. The best winter vacation destinations for warm weather lovers.
U.S. or world?
This is U.S.
Okay.
So you want to escape it here in the continental United States. Does not include Hawaii.
Okay.
These are the 10 best cities that you can go to escape the cold weather. And let's see here. Most of these are pretty well on the money.
Yeah.
There's a couple in here that are, you know what I mean? You never know what you're going to get weather-wise, but for the most part, you're guaranteed a nice sunny week or weekend if you so choose. And then paying a little homage to our question about animals today, we have the world's 10 deadliest animals. So yes, this is across the world, and the animals that kill the most human beings.
Does that include the mosquito?
Yes.
Which is always
per year.
All right.
Yeah. Number one on the list, kills 725,000 people a year.
Damn. Get some mosquitoes.
That's a lot.
I mean, that's always the one, right?
There's a couple on there that are pretty big, but that's the categories come up with. Your guess is as good as mine at 4:30 today. And we're going to talk about animals and the animals that you were surprised that ended up being a part of your day. And we start with a story in Los Angeles, California. And they say handing a boozy drink to a young hawk just landed an L.A. man behind bars. A judge sentenced Cesar Diaz 25 to 45 days in jail and a year of probation after footage showed him offering alcohol to a juvenile Cooper's hawk at a park in the California community of South Whittier.
Oh, he was at a park.
Okay. Diaz pleaded no contest to the misdemeanor animal cruelty charge. A second misdemeanor count tied to capturing or somehow possessing wildlife. That was actually dropped because the bird flew up to him. California Department of Fish and Wildlife says...
Wait. So if the bird flies up to me and I happen to have a cocktail and then offer the bird some cocktail and it takes some, they'll drop that charge because it came to me.
You did not try to capture this thing.
Okay.
Or possess the wildlife. It just joined you for a beverage. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife says its Special Operations Unit started looking into Diaz after members of the public flagged the video which he took, which showed the raptor sipping from what seemed to be a green buzzball cocktail container. Buzzball.
Yep.
At the park on June 15th. The caption reads, "Hanging out with my homie." Another, "Hawk loves him some buzzball." Diaz had already served 44 days in custody by the time of last week's sentencing, so he basically got most of it done.
Okay.
Aided by a good behavior credit per the court records, his sentence also requires 24 counseling sessions and community service. Bars him from caring for animals for 5 years, so he cannot have an animal for 5 years.
No, wait. What if he had given, a Cheeto to a squirrel, which people try to do all the time? Is it just because it's alcohol?
I'm assuming, yeah. It still seems crazy, though.
It prohibits him from owning firearms for a decade, hits him with $220 in fines and fees, which is less than a speeding ticket around here. Cooper's hawks are protected under federal and state law. The bans harming, capturing, possessing, or selling the birds. However, it does not say anything about giving them alcohol, which I guess they think means harming.
Well, I mean, did he force it to him, or was it bird? I mean, look, like you said, deer will eat weed specifically to get stoned. A lot of animals love eating fermented fruit, like the elephants.
Yep.
They go out of the way once a year to go whatever village it is because they do their wine festival, and elephants remember, as the saying goes. And they're like, dude, we go there and get hammered. And yes, the elephants get hammered and then go on a rampage. But the point is, they're seeking it out because it's booze.
We gave a little capful of Captain Morgan to a bearded dragon once, and he fell off the couch. He was fine. He lived another 5 years.
You sure you want to admit to that?
But it was just crazy. Yeah, he just took like one little with his tongue, and he was standing on the arm. He was sitting on the arm of this couch, and he just fell into the couch.
Really?
Yeah. And we were like, oh, hope he's all right.
They can't handle the booze.
Is that the first time the owner had ever given him a sip of alcohol?
I'm sure. I don't know. We were like 19.
Okay.
We were just having fun. But yeah, it was just, I mean, that thing lasted forever. But yeah, when he just took that one, his tongue barely hit that spiced rum, and then he went, poop.
Cheap date. Now we head to Russia, and a Russian man leaving his window open for 3 years, he finds that his apartment was invaded by pigeons. The apartment quickly gained attention and went viral. In the video, dozens of pigeons can be seen lining up on the furniture like they own the place. and the entire floor covered with droppings and feathers. According to a local newspaper, the man left 3 weeks ago to work in Siberia.
3 years ago.
Oh, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But forgot to close one of the apartment windows. That's all the local pigeons needed to settle in. They turned the man's place into a pigeon metropolis. I left 3 years ago, the apartment owner can be heard saying in the video. What could have happened during that time? I come back, and it's effing Pigeon Dubai. Nest, feathers, so much S you could pour a new floor. They look at me like I'm a tenant behind on my rent. I'm not the landlord. I'm the invader of a pigeon state. The video of the apartment spread like wildfire on Russian social media, sparking all sorts of funny comments, but the owner doesn't really feel like laughing. Experts estimate that renovating the apartment and replacing all the furniture is going to cost between 1.5 and 2 million rubles, about as much as the place is currently worth on the current market.
Damn.
Unfortunately, they say even if he decides that a renovation of Pigeon Dubai is worth it, the man has to consider the cost of making the place safely habitable again. According to experts, pigeons are susceptible to various diseases, including bird flu and a few others. So the floors and walls will have to be treated with special chemicals to ensure that no contaminants are left. It's actually cheaper to buy a new place, someone suggested. While another person joked that at least the pigeons left the man breakfast by laying a bunch of eggs in his apartment.
I saw a picture of it, dude. It is like the floor. There is no floor. The floor is just inches upon inches of bird ass. His entire sofa. So the picture I saw, most of the pigeons, they're sitting on the top of the sofa. But when you look at the rest of it, it's just covered in white.
Dude, they destroyed his whole house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
it's brutal.
And I understand he had a work assignment like at a mine or something. So I know it's a couple of years you're gone. Make sure you check your windows.
Yeah.
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, damn.
Now we head to Australia. Australia, as you know, no surprise that you're going to find crocodiles there. But when Stephanie Kersop got a phone call from her son, she didn't believe what he was saying, as he was hanging out near a creek near their family home. Now, the family lives in the temperate coastal city of Newcastle. That is about 1,200 miles south of Australia's crocodile habitat in the tropical north. Now, Lionel Sanders, who is 12, and his friends had spotted the 40-inch long juvenile croc early Saturday afternoon. Authorities were initially skeptical of the reported find, but it caught the elusive reptile by Sunday night. My son took videos because he was trying to convince me it was real, and I still didn't believe him. It did look like a crocodile, but I was like, nah. That's just a log. She said her son called back shortly after, insisting, I'm serious, Mom. You have to come down here and have a look. Who added the whole drive down there, I'm thinking this is going to be a trick. Something's going on. They're going to laugh at me or whatever. She had no doubt it was a crocodile when she arrived. They then phoned a wildlife rescue service and were told the crocodiles don't even live anywhere near the area.
Usually.
But she sent
They
her
have
own
legs.
Well, that's true. She sent her own photos and video as proof. Kersop was then referred to the Australian Reptile Park, which keeps its own crocodiles in a temperature-controlled environment. The park manager said he suspected the images might have been artificial intelligence, but police confirmed there was a croc in Ironbark Creek. I was a little suspicious because we got a lot of phone calls. These days with AI, it's crazy. He did recognize it was an Australian freshwater croc, smaller and less dangerous species than saltwater crocodiles.
It will still kill you.
Still, they're capable of inflicting a serious injury. He said of the smaller species, the team caught the croc on Sunday night, 2 miles from where it was first spotted. I just wanted to get him out of there because he would have perished in the water, especially during the winter months. It's currently autumn in the southern hemisphere, and the croc is healthy and will stay at the park until authorities decide where it should go permanently. But they wanted to catch this guy before the winter season rolled around because he wouldn't make it, they said, in that cold water.
They're guessing. And then they showed the pictures of, well, these gators where, it's a sheet of ice on top of the pond or lake, whatever they're in, and they just kind of break their nose through. Right?
Yep.
So the rest of the body's underwater, being ice cold, and they survive anyway.
Typically, that's 1 or 2 nights, though. That's what happens, like when a deep freeze happens in Florida. And
So
it
it's
doesn't
not
get
like
cold enough to
hibernation.
freeze. But within 2 days, it's going to be sunny and 70 again.
Well,
So
sure.
it's not in that state for 3 or 4 months, comparatively speaking. That's why all the iguanas were falling out of the trees.
Oh, yeah.
They were essentially flash frozen. Now, they will come back to life.
Or Ted was giving them
when the
Captain
sun hits
Morgan.
them.
We're not sure.
But people were getting a little upset by the fact that all these places, once they gave the green light, were offering up iguana pizzas, iguana kebabs. Because technically, if you were, but they were trying to also eradicate these things.
All right.
So typically, you don't eat them normally, but you can eat them.
You can. I went to school with a chick from Trinidad, Tobago, and she was not kidding. We were just talking about pizzas and differences in food and everything. And she started with, instead of pizza sauce, a lot of times they just use ketchup as the base. I'm like, it sounds terrible. She's like, well, look, when that's what you grow up with, you don't know any different. But the big topping, as far as meat goes, was iguana. And I was like, are you being serious? Like, I mean, dead serious. That was our major pizza topping. It would be the equivalent of pepperoni, right? So just your standard pizza, you got iguana. I'm like, what does it look like? She's like, well, the meat's even kind of green. It's kind of white, but there's definitely a green tint to it. On a ketchup base, normal pizza dough. And she's like, that was my pizza.
Would you rather eat that or eat the hot dog pizza you got in Mexico?
Now, understand, hot dog pizza was as disgusting as advertised. Also, I'm there at Castle, and we are real hungover. It's about 100 degrees outside. And when this thing showed up, it's exactly what you think, man. They just sliced up pieces of hot dog like pepperoni. It looks so gross. I want to say,
did you eat it?
I had maybe 2 bites, and that was it. You're already hungover. And I don't know why he ordered it, because he got there a little before me. He goes, dude, I ordered us a pizza for the hangover. I'm like, thank you. Then he kind of smiles and says, it's a hot dog pizza. I'm like, why would you do that? He goes, have you ever had that? I'm like, no, and I don't want to. And sure enough, they made it. That thing showed up. And I want to say both of us just sat there and looked at it like, you have perhaps made a mistake. But yeah, I took like 1 or 2 bites. That's all I could do, man.
But you like hot dogs. You like pizza. It doesn't seem like it should be that crazy.
It doesn't, man. I can't explain it. They're just not meant to go together. And I'll say it like this. I like chocolate. I like tuna. I would not eat chocolate-covered tuna. It just kind of
have you ever had macaroni and cheese pizza?
No.
Place in Fremont Pizza does.
I mean, that sounds.
And I looked at it and I was like, that does not look good. Then I got a piece of it and I was like, this is really good.
Is it on top of marinara or is it just straight
it's a
macaroni and cheese?
White pizza with just macaroni and cheese on top.
See, it doesn't sound bad.
No, it was actually pretty good.
It doesn't sound awesome, but it doesn't sound bad. Better than a hot dog pizza. And to be honest with you, based on that experience, I would try the iguana pizza. Like, it doesn't sound good, but I know how I like my hot dogs. I know how I like my pizza. I don't know anything about the taste of iguana to piss and moan about it before trying.
So he had other options. He didn't need to get the
Yes, they had other options.
Okay. You could have ordered a pepperoni.
Yeah.
Or something else. What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello. Oh, crap. Hang on there. There we go. Hello, Kenny. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, Steve the Thrill Speed Bump.
Hola.
I mean that in good fun. I call on the morning show. I've been on 50 to 75 times, and I'm Old Man Kenny. This is like the 10th time that you call me Kenny instead of Old Man Kenny, so I'm going to call you Steve the Thrill Speed Bump. If that's cool.
You know what, man? I've been called worse. I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you'll roll with it. All right. Just funny. Hey, so I was a roofer probably 30 years ago out in Graham, and we were tearing off this big barn, hayloft, horse arena type deal. And it had wooden shakes. I'm up in the upper right corner, and I dig a hole probably 6 inches by 6 inches. Now, it's a bright spring sunny day. All of a sudden, sky turns black. I feel something hit my forehead, something hit my chest, something hit my arm. And then I see what it is. About 250 bats came flying out of that roof.
Wow.
It was insane. I did not get bit. Don't ask me how. But I've never it was crazy, just crazy.
Well, most people I know that have had an interaction with bats, A, they did not expect to, but also they don't get bitten. I think like rabbit bats would do, but I mean, whatever it is they're looking to get, like, you're not it. You're not a moth. You're not a spider. You're just some big thing in their way.
If you're in a cave and you see them, I've been in rooms before where the entire room is covered in bats.
Yeah.
And because of the moisture in there, they kind of have this beaded dew covering when they're hanging.
Yeah.
So when you shine your light up on them, they all look like little white ghosts.
Ooh.
Because they're covered.
That's creepy.
They're covered in this
Because
film.
bats isn't creepy enough.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Now they're little white ones.
But they all open their eyes when you shine the light on them. So now you've got this reflection of like 300 or 400 red dots.
I was saying, the green or red? The red.
The red.
Of course.
They have this ghost white thing. And you're like, all right, well, hope they just keep hanging out up there. What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK. Friday, we were reading the story about if you ever have a problem at a Burger King, you can call the president.
Which is amazing, right? Because that does not happen.
I don't know how the hell he got our number, but if this is for real, is Tom there?
Hello, Tom. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, guys. You know, it's funny. I'm calling back people, and I didn't know I was going to run into a radio station.
Okay, so look, here's the thing. All right? So on Friday's show, we were doing a news segment, and the news came out that the president of Burger King, if there's some kind of major complaint someone wanted to file, they could call you directly, okay? So we just covered the story, but we never called you. Now, that said, there's a strong possibility that our morning show may have placed a call to you.
Or one of our listeners did.
But what's amazing to us
the morning show
is that you're making good.
The morning show would have been the Daily Miggs show with Steve Miggs and Taryn Daly.
That was a woman, I think, that left a message.
That would have been
Taryn. Okay, she did leave a message.
Now, did she say what this is in reference to? You're getting a hold of her, Mike?
No, she said, hey, whatever her name was, Karen, did you say?
Taryn with a T, yeah.
This is Karen, and love what you're doing, and just want to, we get these voicemails, and the voicemails are translated through, I don't know, AI or something, and I couldn't make out what it said, so I was calling Karen back to find out either, because we get half praise, half people saying what we want you to do better.
Us too. We understand.
To find out what she wanted.
I will say it was confirmed. It was the morning show.
It was the morning show.
Taryn just texted me. They said that they did.
Okay. All right, so Tom, you're the president of Burger King. First of all,
we love you.
Yeah. That's all. I still like the original chicken sandwich. But our co-host here, Miles, years ago, he worked for 2 weeks at Burger King.
Yeah.
He's still claiming that he worked for you.
No.
Is that stolen valor?
I'm a graduate of BKU.
I trust you. I believe you.
He worked for 2 weeks, and he talks about this.
Is that 1986 in the brown uniform era?
Right, the brown polyester uniform.
Because they never wanted me to return it after they fired my ass, and so I would wear it. I would wear it to like Halloween parties and stuff.
Listen, I get it, and I think I guess it's gone by now. But if you need a new one for next Halloween, I'll hook you up.
Do you actually have the old brown polyester style uniforms?
Well, I have access to all the old uniforms, but I actually only started here 5 years ago, so I wasn't privileged to wear that with pride.
Yes, well, I don't think anyone wore it with pride. I remember those uniforms. So, do you guys kind of keep like an archive of all the uniforms or logos, everything that's kind of come and gone?
I think we keep an archive of about everything. We don't keep any of the old Whoppers around, but anything non-food we'll keep.
Well, truth be told, you guys have the best hash rounds for breakfast of any fast food place. That's
I've heard that, and the original chicken sandwich love is alive and well. I was very surprised at how many people called me with that one.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. I still love it, and it's just, I don't know if it's because I grew up on it or whatever, but it's great.
What are some of the things, not necessarily their complaints, people complain about everything, so put that aside, but as far as the things that people are giving you accolades for, like if you're the president of Burger King, what are like two of the things where you're like, I cannot believe how much people like blank?
Well, I already said the chicken sandwich, and this is not surprising, but everybody loves us for the Whopper. And everybody, let's see, what else are we getting a lot of love for? And the hash browns, too. Like you said, we're getting a lot for the hash browns. And then we're getting a lot about changing the fries. Like, can you change the fries? But
the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Shoppers in upstate New York earlier this month turned up a rare find while shopping in a local antique store. Tucked next to a cookie jar made in the shape of a chicken was a live owl resting peacefully on a shelf. The State Department of Environmental Conservation said that the incident happened on February 21st in the hamlet of East Durham. It's about 127 miles north of Manhattan. Agency said customers at the marketplace had spotted something extremely lifelike on one of the shelves and alerted store staff. Environmental Conservation police officers arrived to find a brown and white owl perched on the shelf with its eyes firmly shut. The department said the officers gently cradled the sleeping owl to remove it from the store. They walked it outside and then released it into a wooded area where it flew into a nearby tree. The bird, an eastern screech owl, is nocturnal and typically nests in tree cavities. It is not immediately clear how it got inside the store. An email was sent to the store's owner on Friday, but was not responded to.
The picture's fantastic because they showed the jar. And it's kind of a crowded shelf, so there's a jar, the sleeping owl, but the owl is almost the same size as the jar. Then a couple other bird knick-knacky things, so you wouldn't know at first until they realize oh God, that's a real owl.
Try to blend in.
Yeah.
What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803 Rock.
Hello, Lisa. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Hola.
All right. So, about 20 years ago, I was living in Hawaii, and I had just got back from a run on the beach at sunset. Decided to go and use the restroom with the light off since we had a big window in there. And just when I went to sit down, I heard something kind of scratching. I stood up, and there was a rat in the toilet trying to get at me.
Oh. One of them Hawaiian toilet rats.
How big was the rat?
It was a big rat. I don't know. I mean, it was probably 1.5 feet if you count its tail.
Damn.
Okay.
So you said it was scratch. Is it scratching the porcelain? You didn't hear it splash at all?
No, I think he was there trying to get out because we usually keep our lids down, and now I guess that's why.
Well, there's not a lot of natural predators in Hawaii, right? Like zero, unless you get into the water.
You mean for rats?
No.
For anything. That's why there's chickens everywhere, roosters everywhere. There's no snakes to eradicate any of this stuff.
No, there's rats.
There's no snake.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, I can tell you this. The rats in Baltimore are huge.
They're massive.
They're like dogs. I don't know. There's no city. I don't know if it's the fact that it's that old or it's the wharf, it's the water, it's a combination of the
two. It's kind of like a liger, right? So you take a tiger, which is big. You take a lion that's big. Somehow their offspring, when you put them together, is even bigger. So the story was, and if you lived in Baltimore, you heard about this all the time. We did not know our rats were big. It's just how you perceive what a rat was. But we knew there were a lot of them. So at one point, they reached out to the exterminators in New York City that deal with rats all the time, invited them down to Baltimore. Here's a big contract. Just help us get this under control. These guys from New York were like, we don't understand what we're looking at. Like, these are not normal rats. And that's when the city did some research, and it turns out the Australian brown rat mated with the native wharf rat or vice versa. But either way, back in the cargo ship days, and when they mated, they made these giant-ass Chihuahua-sized rats, and that is not an exaggeration. And then they just kept breeding, and now that's what they've got there. But for whatever reason, they don't leave that. They don't go to Philly. They don't go down the road to D.C. It's just Baltimore. But the exterminators actually left and said, look, man, like, our rat traps are not big enough to accommodate the rats that you guys are talking about. You can poison them, you can burn them, or you can shoot them, but you're on your own.
Also, most of them live underneath the city. So you typically don't see them during the day. I don't know if that means they're nocturnal or not, but man, when they come out at night, man, they come out.
And they could fight one-on-one with the cat, and it was 50-50 who wins. That was, but again, growing up with that, I just thought that's what rats were. When I see rats here, I'm like, this is kind of like a fat mouse.
Yeah.
That's not the
Correct.
But I did grab a rat one time with my hand. It was unintentional, and I've told the story before, but basically I took the wrong bag out to the trash can. So the bag I ended up throwing in the trash can in the alley had a beach towel that the girlfriend was very partial to. Fine. I'm going to go back out. No big deal. I just grab the bag out of the trash can. There was a rat in the trash can, but I did not know this because, like I called her, it's at night. But I put my hand in, and I feel something fuzzy. I thought it was the beach towel. So I pulled this thing out, and when I pull it out, I'm eye to eye with this rat. This thing hisses at me. I scream, just kind of throw it, right? I grab her bag with the beach towel, go back inside, and I'm just pissed. It's like, what? I'm like, man, I just picked up one of those big-ass rats because I thought it was just stupid. By the way, a Winnie the Pooh beach towel for a grown-ass woman. Anyway, to get your beach towel, just picked up this rat. And like,
It's probably something she had from childhood.
I guess, man. I don't know.
Come on.
Maybe she just really liked it.
She did really. I know she really liked her Winnie the Pooh beach towel. I just don't know why. Because again, we're in our early 20s at that point.
Yeah, but who comes up with a creature or a thing and names it Pooh?
That guy.
Yeah.
He gave some reason for that because I can't remember. Like he saw a bear at the zoo that maybe had the name, something like that. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, for Pooh Bear?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're like, why would you have a children's thing and you call it a poo? And then you get mad if kids laugh. right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like having a thing called a ding dong or something.
Right.
What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jeremiah. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Right. So I used to be in the Washington State National Guard, and we were transporting a bunch of stuff back down south because the unit, I'd stayed back. The unit had just got back from a training mission down in Louisiana, and we had stopped at a truck stop right there between Tumwater and Rochester because I had to pee so bad. And we go out, we do our thing, we stop, and then I go to climb back up into the truck, and as soon as I grab my Kevlar to put it back on my head, it just feels like somebody shoots me in the back of the neck with, like, a super high-powered airsoft gun. Like, the most intense, like, needle poking, I don't even know the best way to describe it. But I rip my Kevlar off, I throw it, and I climb back out of the truck, and it's just burning, on fire. I go to the front of the truck, and I see there's this little, I didn't know what it was at the time. It looked like a huge yellow jacket, but it had white stripes. I come to find out it was a bald-faced hornet. And I've never encountered them in my life. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna look.
So did you bring that back from Louisiana, do you think?
I mean, we have them up here. They're not, like, super common.
Oh, yeah.
It's a possibility, but I didn't even know they existed until that day. I mean, this thing, compared to a yellow jacket, they're super big. And so, like, I'm in a lot of pain for the rest of the day. I've never been stung by one. I can do yellow jackets and stuff, but I go to lay my head down at night, and I could barely turn my neck. And this was 12 hours after the fact because, it was only 9 in the morning.
Well, there's I just took a quick Google search. There's the guy who lets everything in the world sting him.
Yeah, to see how bad the pain is.
He was involved with one of these. So that obviously tells you the level of pain you're dealing with. Because if that guy would go around the world and get stung by stuff just to see if he could...
Jellyfish, bullet ant, fire ants, you name it.
Then he would rate the scale of how bad it was. So
Jeremiah, just so you know, they say the bald-faced hornet, it's not a true hornet. It's actually a yellow jacket wasp, which to me makes it worse.
Right, because they could sting you multiple times without dying.
And what is it about a wasp, and at least in my experience, seems to have a worse attitude than a bee?
I mean, this one's aggressive, too. Says it's highly aggressive.
They have photographic memory.
So, like, if they determine it doesn't like you and their nest is in your yard, they're going to come after you again?
Yep, if you show up again.
Now, did you find all of this out after you got stung?
I was literally just doing the research on Google, and then I was like, I haven't been back to that truck stop since, simply for that reason, because I don't know if their nest was near there or what,
Yeah, that sucks.
Wow. Okay.
Especially when it's in your hat or your helmet or whatever in an area you can't see. I've been stung on the inside of my cheek and on my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
By what? I'm not sure. I just spit it out, whatever it was, but it was in a Coke can at a birthday party, took a big swig, and I could feel that thing. Basically, it was still kind of wet, so when it started to dry out, it was starting to bounce around my mouth like a piece of popcorn, and I could not every time I opened my mouth, it wouldn't leave. So it just kept stinging the inside of my mouth. I'm like, and I've got my finger in my mouth, my hand in my mouth.
Just go.
Exactly.
Actually, the first time I got stung by a bee, so I've been stung by yellow jackets a bunch. And I have no allergic reaction. I do have a mild reaction to bees. I don't think any worse than most people. But the first time I was stung by a bee, we were taking a final exam. I was in school, and there's like 3 bees on the window. And I'm like, I'm not sitting there. And I'm like, I will sit there. It's like, Jesus Christ. Here I am, because I'm a know-it-all, entomologist thrill here. And I'm like, if the bees aren't provoked, they're not going to sting you.
That would be my thought.
Don't give them any reason to sting you, and it shouldn't be a problem. You guys are bitches. And I sit down, we're maybe 20 minutes into this exam, and it is dead silent because everyone's doing their work, but my back is to the window. I did not feel the bee get under my shirt. I don't know how, but this thing stung me on the back. And I mean, just in the middle of class. And everyone's like, we told you. I'm like, I didn't think they'd sting if they weren't provoked. Dude, my back hurt for like 3 days. Just in that one spot.
What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think with wasps, it's just like if they see you, they're just like, yeah, I'm going to sting you.
Repeatedly, over. And that's what we had in my kids' basketball hoop. We didn't realize. So, you get a basketball hoop, you put it up yourself, and you can fill it with sand or water at the base, keeps its balance. But the last thing they give you are like little end caps put over the little tubes. And me, being a typical guy, I'm like, man, we don't need these. Doesn't add stability. Okay, well, fast forward. It turns out bees will gladly make a nest inside of those tubes.
Yep.
Did not know that, and we're throwing up all these bricks, so it's bouncing off the rim, makes a lot of noise, rattles the thing, and I mean, just out of these little, it's like a little, the exhaust pipe on your car just explodes with bees, and I'm like, okay, end cap. So my son's like, what do we do? I'm like, run. Yeah. We both got lit the F up. I'm pulling the bees out of his hair, all the rest of that. So then I got to go out there and cover. But keep in mind, I've thrown out the end cap, so I don't have that. So all we had was painter's tape and some kind of bee spray. But I had to be quick, and it sucks because when you walk out there, there's like, I don't know if it's a guard bee or whatever, but there's one bee per tube
entrance.
Yeah, and they're just kind of hovering. They're not doing anything, but they're kind of hovering like they're guarding. So I spray both of these bitches in the face instantly and then blast this stuff into the tube and immediately slap the painter's tape over the ends. You could feel the entire thing vibrating. All these angry freaking bees, and all I could think is like, man, this tape has to hold, because if it doesn't hold, somehow they're going to know it's me. They're going to set me up, knock on the door, and sting my ass or something. But in about 2 days, I'm pretty sure they were all dead.
What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
How long did you wait till you took that tape off to see if they were dead?
Honestly, about 2 weeks, right?
All right, yeah.
So we would go out and shoot hoops again, but I kept adding tape to the back because I'm like, hey, just in case, man. But yeah, after about 2 weeks, I finally pulled it off. I'm like, all right, we're good to go. But yeah, I waited a hot minute then. Hello, Peach. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola.
God, I've always wanted to do that. That felt good.
Nice.
You know, just start doing it to everybody.
You know, I'm going to start doing that. I should be a preschool teacher. That'd be fun.
Yeah, especially in the
hola, bitch, hola.
Especially in the drive-through window. Yeah.
Hey, you know, I went to Catholic school, okay? Like, it was fine then. It's fine now. So my story is actually kind of similar to the original story, but it's very Lake City coded. This was probably like 15 years ago, at least, back when there was that Value Village on Lake City right by the Fred Meyer, if y'all know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly.
Yep. So I was maybe 12 years old, max, and I'm walking around with my mom, and I see this guy, and he's got this, like, weird necklace thing on, right? And it's got, like, a pencil pouch at the end, and he's kind of looking around, a little shifty, you know? And I'm like, wait, there's something moving in there. I'm like, Mom, there's something in his necklace. And she's like, oh, my God, Peach, do not talk to him. Do not, no. And I'm like, excuse me, what do you have in your necklace? And I swear to God, the dude goes, oh, you want to see? And he pulls out a sugar glider.
Oh, really?
And the what, like those little monkey-looking marsupial kind of things?
They kind of look like a little squirrel, right?
It was like the size of a little bit bigger than like a hamster, but it has almost like those webbed wings on it, and the eyes are just giant. But it was so crazy. I was like, what?
Why did he have a sugar glider? Is it his pet, I guess?
I mean, I imagine it was if he was, you know, wearing it around in his necklace.
Well, they're definitely not indigenous to here. So
no,
you got it somewhere.
You don't just acquire, you know, a sugar glider. Like, I feel like you have to go through some hoops for that, right?
It still seems crazy he had it, like, on his necklace.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Did that ever pique your interest? Like, would you ever want a pet sugar glider? I mean, they're cute enough. I don't know what they eat or what they do. Or
1,000%. The first thing I did, like, because I was probably, like I said, 12. The first thing I did was I was like, where can I get a sugar glider? Is it legal to have a sugar glider?
What did you find out? Is it can I legally just buy a sugar glider?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're pets.
Pretty fun.
I mean, it depends on the state. Maybe.
So do I have to get a license, I guess, if I'm in Washington State and I want a sugar glider because I'm insane? You know, what are the hoops I have to jump
They are
through?
legal to own in Washington State. They are considered exotic pets, not wildlife. They are highly social, nocturnal marsupials requiring at minimum large vertical cages and specialized diets.
So not a necklace?
No, not a necklace. That did not make it to the Google search.
I mean, there's a breeder that just Pacific Northwest sugar gliders.
That's the name of his whole deal.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Welcome.
All right.
Wild.
You can, you know what? You can live out your dream. Go get your sugar glider.
Oh, my God, they're like $650. You can buy auto patches.
I'm a sugar glider breeder, and this is just a pitch.
I don't know.
You know what? That could have been it. Would you spend $650 on a sugar glider?
Oh, I I don't even think I could spend $650 on myself.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, they had a teddy.
I did have a teddy, but he sold for $500.
How long do sugar gliders live? I dropped $650. How long are me and my
At your house? Not long.
No.
You're not wrong.
Lifespan, they can live for many years, requiring a long-term commitment.
Many years? That doesn't mean anything.
Well, it's just what it's
many years.
Just imagining that poor little sugar glider.
Between the dog and the cat.
Yeah, just like, oh no, fella.
Sorry, man. I didn't think
Not
this
patches.
What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Miles, you thinking about getting patches or Otto?
I don't know. He's kind of expensive.
They look the same.
Sugar gliderist. Hello, Brad. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hola.
Brad the Meat Man coming at you from Costa Rica.
Oh, nice.
What's up, Brad?
What's the weather like?
What's up, Brad? Man, it's 85 and sunny.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
It never changes, man. We're really close to the equator, so the weather never really changes here.
What's your favorite exotic meat down there?
Exotic meat. We eat lots of pork and chicken. That's pretty much it. And but animals, right? Like I live in a jungle, right? Like I wake up to howler monkeys every morning.
That sounds relaxing.
It's pretty awesome, actually. Like they're kind of like roosters, but they scream.
Do they ever like grab crap off your property? Ever interact with you, or do they just make noise in the trees?
No. There's a smaller monkey called the capuchin monkey.
Yeah.
The white-faced monkey. They're gangsters. Like one of them will come up and like do a dance while the other one comes behind and steals stuff out of your bag.
Okay.
Ghetto ass monkeys. Damn.
Yeah. Well, one of the coolest things I did, which made me want to call. Also, I love that you guys are on YouTube now, so I can listen to the show because I couldn't listen on the app. And I just miss you guys. I miss Seattle sometimes. I'm down here.
Well, you know what, man? It seems like you're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love you guys, and we got history, so it's really good to call. But one of the coolest things I did, why I wanted to call was I was going on one of my daily walks. I got a dog. I walk every day. And there was a sloth crossing the street. And they're super slow and, awkward. And so, I stopped in the street and, I stopped traffic. And I'm not trying to touch these guys, let them do their thing.
But how long do you have to stop traffic for a sloth to cross the street?
I literally stopped traffic. I took video. I have video of it and everything. It's pretty funny. And he's hella slow. And I had to stop traffic to let the sloth cross the street. Yeah.
How long do you think it took?
Pretty cool. It took 3 minutes.
Well, all right, that's not too bad.
If you're sitting in your car, though, you're right.
You're right. 3 minutes sitting in your car.
Of things that doesn't seem long. If I'm sitting in my car, man, I'm about to drive over this goddamn sloth.
This is also a dirt road in the jungle.
Ah, okay.
Well, do they tell you can't touch them?
There was a car coming from either end.
Because I've seen videos of guys picking those things up out of the middle of the road and just put them up on a tree or picking the baby up, giving it to their mom.
Yeah, I guess generally speaking, they say to pick up wild animals. It's probably not going to do anything. But I've also heard
a sloth just doesn't seem like one of those that's going to bite back. But I don't know why.
My understanding, all kinds of things grow on them because they move so slow all the time.
Just
different fungus.
infection.
Right. It's not that the sloth's going to do anything. Even if it wanted to, it would take 40 minutes. But whatever kind of grows on their fur, apparently that can be bad for it.
What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Presented by Sale.
Over the last 50 years, the Seahawks have much better players individually than the Patriots. Not that the Patriots did not play well as a team, not that they did not have Tom Brady and Coach Belichick, but for the most part, there are some standout guys, but just not as many as you think.
Okay.
It's kind of shocking. You can go all right, well, there's the quarterback, there's
But when you bring up the Patriots in their heyday, it's the coach and the quarterback. Nothing, and right, they had their tight ends and all that. But when people bring up the Seahawks, it's never one player. You bring up Legion of Boom, it's like several people contributed to this, right?
Exactly.
Offensive line, several guys contributed. It's never just one person, with the exception of our boy Marshawn.
Right. And there's a bunch of players that are not on that list that I could not believe. Like even like a Randy Moss. I guess he was considered more of a Viking for his
he
career.
only played there for like a season, right?
Yeah.
Is that it? Just one?
I think it was one. Maybe two, but I think it was just one.
Yeah, because he didn't win a Super Bowl. They went to one, but I think he's on that team with the team that loses to the Giants first.
Believe it or not, they do not have an elite receiver on that list.
They didn't need to.
They never have had one. They really have never had. They might have had one guy for a year or two. I mean, like, they had Deion Branch for a couple of years. So did the Seahawks. I mean, but there's really not a number. There's not a lot of big players on the list.
Welker and...
You had Welker, and you had, who's big boy?
Julian Edelman.
Or Edelman, too. Like, they're good receivers, but they never put up, like, crazy stats.
Because they weren't stretching the field. They got you first downs, right? They just kept the ball in play. That's basically it.
Gronk's probably the best offensive player. Outside of Tom Brady.
Correct.
Outside of Tom Brady,
yes. No question. Your guess is as good as mine. A Super Bowl matchup coming up at 4:30 on the program. And today our question, what's the story that you will always tell about your pet? 206-803-ROCK. We go to, where do we go to? We go to Michigan. Michigan State Police just safely returned a loose miniature donkey to her farm in Oakland County.
How big is a miniature donkey?
A miniature donkey, I don't know. Probably the same size as a miniature horse. I mean, donkeys are smaller than horses.
But donkeys are already smaller than horses, so I feel like a miniature donkey.
Is that like a dog?
Miniature donkey.
And it does relate to the country music world. The donkey's name is Dolly Parton. But apparently, Dolly the donkey was in the mood for a late-night escape. That's when troopers were called in to help. Now, here's what the police said about the incident. Last night, troopers were dispatched to a home in Holly Township where Dolly Parton, no, not that Dolly Parton, Dolly the miniature donkey, had taken advantage of an open gate to her pasture. Troopers found Donkey Dolly strolling along a roadway and returned her home safely. Her owner said she escaped with another donkey named Henry.
Oh, Henry.
You throw Henry in there like it's his fault.
Well, Henry wandered back on his own an hour later.
Yeah, Henry just wanted to get out for a hot minute.
Yeah, he went. He went out, checked stuff out, then came home. But Dolly needed a police escort to figure out how to get back.
How tall do you think an average miniature?
2.5 to 3 feet.
Very good, Miles. So miniature donkeys, they are small equines, typically measuring between 26 and 36 inches tall. Just so you know, maximum height. If you got a donkey and it's 36 and a half inches tall, not a miniature donkey. Must be 36 inches or less. Now, that little tiny ass Gary Coleman style donkey, how much do you think that bad boy weighs on average?
Oh, 70 pounds, 65 pounds.
200 to 400 pounds.
So they're thick.
They're 3 feet tall and weigh up to 400 pounds, but they they say as little as 150, but they average 250 to 300 pounds.
I think if I honestly,
had
any farm or acreage or anything like that,
I'd have a donkey in a heartbeat.
I would. That would probably be the first animal that I would get.
I would say before I get anything, I'd have my dog. But other than that, I'm getting a donkey, man. I'm telling you, Pokey ruined me, and I'm telling you, you make friends with that donkey, you and that donkey are tight.
Mm-hmm. I just want something that's going to eat all the grass, graze along, do the thing.
Would you get goats?
Maybe, depending on how they acted toward the donkey.
Goats are bastards. I truly believe that, right? Like roosters are bastards by their nature. I feel like goats are bastards too.
It depends on what kind of goat you get. If you get real goats with horns, 100% bastard.
Yeah, because they got horns.
Right, they'll try to like headbutt you all the time.
Didn't Taryn have a goat that tried to like mess you up all the time or something?
Yeah, it sucked.
Whatever happened to Taryn's goats?
I don't know why she got rid of the last two, but that one that had the real horns was a complete pain in the butt. But he was always headbutting people. So I think finally when she was... either she was pregnant or they have a kid. They were like, maybe we shouldn't have the head button jackass around.
I think that's child-proofing your home at that point.
What was the donkey's name?
It was something nice.
Was it like Doug or something?
No. It was like Boo Boo or something. Something
Boo-boo.
kind of, something you wouldn't think of. But yeah, like if you were, I was just like, I can't stand this thing.
How many, like if you're there, say 3 hours, you're going to watch a football game, you're at Taryn's place, how many times did Boo Boo come over to try to headbutt your ass?
I mean, if you were outside, it was constant.
Really? Is it just free roaming?
He was at that time.
Okay. See, I would have it like in a I don't know, a fenced area or something, right?
Well, if it's going to headbutt me, he's not a pet. Like, sorry, man, you're out, boo-boo.
But, like, I know another couple, and they have, like, smaller ones.
Yeah.
Like pygmy goats. Those goats are pretty nice.
If you scream at them, do they faint?
Mm-hmm. No.
Those are specifically fainting goats that do that.
There's just certain things, and goats are weird, is they eat everything. There's just certain things they won't eat. Like, I noticed they don't eat carrots.
I get it.
Yeah.
But
really,
that would be the
Earth.
number one thing I would think. Like, all right, if I'm going to go over to somebody's house and they get a goat, and I'm going to bring one treat, I would think to go and buy a carrot.
That's what I thought too. And
I
it's
would
like, no,
too.
the carrot, they just look at him.
And that's pretty much universal among goats.
I don't know if it's universal. I just know with Taryn's goat, I was like, she's like, no, they won't eat the carrot. They eat everything else. Any kind of trash fruit.
I know cats do not like carrots or vegetables of any kind for the most part.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Someone sent us a video today. It just said, reminds me of Thrill. So I click on this thing, and there's a Black Panther. I assume that was the start. But after that, they're trying to feed.
And when you mean a Black Panther, you mean an actual panther.
The actual animal.
Not a guy from Oakland.
Not a guy from Oakland, nor am I the superhero. But they were trying to feed this actual panther a carrot. And it had nothing to do with it. Kept turning its head, growling. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Told her that's my spirit animal right there.
I would not want a Black Panther as a pet after seeing the size of that thing.
No.
I mean,
no big cats,
I cannot
man.
believe that thing is domesticated.
Oh, only white panthers, huh?
Yeah, for miles.
Well, just, I mean, anything that's just...
But is it domesticated, or do you call it a pet?
Well...
Right? Because people have, like, pet tigers. They go, well, it's domesticated. I'm like, it's not. It just doesn't construe you as a threat. Like, there is no point that I'm worried about my dog attacking or trying to kill me. No matter what we're doing. And it seems like with the big cats, if you quote-unquote play wrong or it misinterprets something, right, it kind of rips you apart. My dog, if it misinterprets something, it just sits down and looks at me. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. My cat, Senor Larry, was huge. I mean, he was huge. But I would let him out in the backyard because he really didn't jump up on the fence too much or anything to freak me out. But a raccoon came up the fence one day when I was out there in the backyard with Larry. And I've never seen that cat. I mean, only one time did this cat do this. It leapt, grabbed onto the fence, got on top of the fence, and just hissed that thing down. I mean, he was going off. I was like, damn, Larry. You're tougher than I thought.
Well, it's weird, man. Cats kind of rule. My neighbor has an outdoor cat. And like my dog will bark at anything, will not bark at this cat because there's something about the cat's face, and I can read it too, that says F around and find the F out. And this cat just sits there, can be 2 inches away. My dog will do nothing, right? Self-preservation. But every once in a while, when I'm outside smoking, I'll see the cat kind of prowling through the neighborhood. There's not an animal there that will mess with it. And there's a couple rats there, some big-ass raccoon. Even the coyotes are around, and like they just, and this cat even walks with swagger. I swear to God, I cannot explain it, but when this cat walks, right, and I'll like take a drag of my cigarettes, he'll stop for a second, look at me, and it's just kind of a, hey, what's going on? We've known each other for like 10 years now. That cat is the boss. There is very little doubt about that.
They say a routine dog walk turned wild for one Florida woman when she found herself wrestling an alligator to save her puppy from the jaws of death. Danny Wright, a resident of Land O'Lakes, which is north of Tampa. It's
where they make butter.
I did not know it was a real place.
It actually is a real place.
Yes. She stepped out Wednesday with her 4-month-old Shih Tzu Dax and was near a creek behind her home when a 5-foot gator shot out of the water and latched onto Dax's collar. Now, Wright is a professional pet sitter and a former college rugby player. She says she instinctively gripped the leash and found herself being pulled into the shallow water by the gator. She managed to yank Dax from the gator's jaws and toss the dog to safety on the shore. In the process, that alligator then clamped onto her left arm. She responded by fighting back, punching, kicking, even flipping the gator. She eventually broke free and scrambled back to shore with Dax, who escaped unscathed. The ordeal left Wright with several bites, but she did not need stitches. I was so lucky it was a smaller gator. Paramedics did treat her at the scene, giving her a tetanus shot, some antibiotics. Wildlife trappers soon captured and removed the alligator, which they expected to be euthanized. I freaking fought a gator and won, she said. Alligator attacks in Florida remain uncommon, with the state averaging just 8 unprovoked bites requiring medical care per year. That still seems That still seems like a pretty good number. I mean, the idea of being just the possibility of getting bit by an alligator, but you don't realize how far those things travel north and where they're living now. So with the change of temperatures globally, it used to be the kind of Georgia was the cutoff.
Oh, yeah.
You might find some in southern Alabama or southern Mississippi, definitely Louisiana. But now they are moving as far north as lower North Carolina.
But what I find troubling
is they already passed like Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, which to me is crazy.
But what's troubling is they're not really, they might be stalking you, but they're not trying to hide from you, right? So if you live out in the cut, you might say, yeah, man, we deal with bears, but you kind of live in bear territory. And there's that you have bear spray, or you put a little bell on because they're going to. Gator, you wear the bell, they're like, that is a dinner bell. They do not care. Yeah. And these are not people that live.
Continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Police found a monkey and a car during an operation to stop drugs getting into prison. The year-old marmoset, believed to be a domestic pet, was discovered when officers stopped the vehicle outside the Moorlands in Doncaster.
Drugs.
A South Yorkshire policeman said the monkey was safely removed from the vehicle and transported to an animal sanctuary. Police were carrying out checks as part of an operation where visitors to prisons are searched before entering. Officers also found a large quantity of crack cocaine. Two women in their 20s were arrested on suspicion of possession with intent to supply drugs. They say about 5,000 primates are kept in the UK as pets. But they're trying to open up some new legislation where you'll need to obtain a license from a local authority. So you can own one of these without a license. They say anyone who fails to comply could be fined or jailed. What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Tony. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
Best radio show ever.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that.
All right, so I'm up at Port Susan. You guys know where Port Susan is?
I do not.
It's up on Salila Bay, due west of Marysville, which is where I live.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm up there working. It's been there forever, so all the trees have grown over the roads. That's an important part of the story. I'm walking up this road, doing my road. It's about 8 feet wide. It's gravel. It's going up to an intersection, probably about 50 feet away. So on my right-hand side, I'm 6 feet tall. 4 feet off the ground, an eagle flew by me, right next to me. No room for him or me on the road, right there, okay? Goes up to the intersection, grabs the cat, and flies away and is gone.
Oh, damn.
Where was the cat?
Up at the intersection, in the sun, just warming itself, probably cleaning itself. Who the hell knows? It loved being up there, right? All of a sudden, this eagle grabbed it, and it was gone.
Well, they say, man, when trees blow down up in that area, that typically they're full of collars.
Yeah.
They've got all kinds of crap in there, but you will find a few domestic animal collars where and they contact the people. If there's a phone number on there, whatever, they will call them and say, how long ago did you lose your cat or whatever the deal is, small dog?
Well, we kind of found it.
Well,
we know what happened.
6 years ago, and they'll say, well, a nest blew down, and that was the end of the
Don't you want to know at that point? Like, aren't you kind of over the death being gone?
Well, if you have a missing animal, typically.
So I'm a utility locator, and I talked to the PUD about this. Told them the story, and they go, "Oh yeah, we go up in our thing in the trees and work on a power line. We find nests all the time. It'll have 6, 7, 8 dog or cat collars in it."
Yeah, I mean, it's just you think they keep them as trophies, right? I mean, that's the way it feels. Like, yeah, that was Snowball.
Yeah. Well, that explains why if you live in Alaska.
It was a heck of an experience. It was like, oh my God, did that just happen?
Yeah, I mean, you hear about it.
Geographic experience.
But you never see it.
Right. Typically in Alaska, people do not have those small dogs just because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, minimal 30, 40 pounds. You need something that those things cannot pick up.
Like, what is the maximum weight? Like, my dog, I'm comfortable. They're not going to snatch her. My cat, I get the feeling Rainbow would be gone.
Looks like sometimes they'll get down, at least scoop up a 5 to 10 pound salmon out of the water.
Right. They'll grab salmon. Like I said, Chihuahuas, they definitely found the collars. It's like, what is the smallest dog you should have if you live in eagle territory?
Probably at least 25 pounds.
I told you, I was over in Kingston once. My buddy, his family had a beach cabin over there.
Yeah.
And same thing. We were sitting out there, and there's this one little dog, and we were like, sweet bald eagle. We were like, sweet, 2 bald eagles. And it's like, oh, man, they're circling that dog. And it was like another buddy's girlfriend's dog. So, like, we had to get that dog out of that yard.
Oh, yeah. What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Like you guys were like, oh, cool, there's 2 of them, man.
Oh, you know how it is, right? It's a sunny day. We're just sitting out there grilling, just like, nice, bald eagle, freedom.
2 of them.
2 of them.
What are you doing?
Double freedom. Where is that dog?
Hello, Annelle. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, unfortunately, my animal story is probably not quite as exciting because it didn't happen to me. But I do also have some fun information for you about sugar gliders because I own 2.
You own 2 sugar gliders. All right, we'll get to that. What's your animal story?
So my sister-in-law, she trail runs all the time, right? And so she's got the exciting ones about like running into a bear and having to run to people's houses and try and get inside because scared the absolute daylight out of her.
Yeah.
But I feel like the most memorable one, even though it's not as big of an animal, was this time when she's trail running and, you know, women with longer hair will put our hair up in a ponytail or we'll put it in a braid and things like that. So she did her bun on top of her head and she's running and she thought she like kind of heard something and she just keeps on running. And then all of a sudden she got dive bombed by a giant owl and it was attacking the bun on her head. So then she's trying to go down the trail and get out of the way, and it kept on attacking her. She said that it came back for her 3 or 4 different times to the point where she was like picking up a stick to try and get it to stay away from her because her hair was bouncing around and it just thought it was a fun little critter to attack on top of her head.
Yeah, the owl was probably thinking, I don't know why she has a gerbil on her head, but I'm going to eat it.
I'll tell you what, though, you're not wrong about the size of those things. I saw one on top of a house in Edmonds when I was going to pick up my kids many years ago. But it was a big old white, I don't know if it's a snow owl or...
I don't know.
It was majestic. People were stopping, taking pictures. Cars were stopped, pulled over on the side of the road. I'm like, what are they all looking at? Then I looked up on the top of this this roof of this home, and it was just perched up there. And at first I thought it was like one of those decorative owls that they put
or
up to
scare away other birds.
Yeah, exactly. Then I was like, no, that's just a big ass white owl. And I've only seen an owl in the wild maybe 2 or 3 other times. Once on a golf course, I saw one in Annapolis. Basically, I just heard this, and I was like, what is that? It sounded, and it dropped out of this tree, and it tried to hit a squirrel or a chipmunk or something.
Yeah.
Missed, but I mean, just the span of this thing and the size of it. It's kind of like when you stop and you see a big cargo army plane up in the air.
Yeah.
It takes like tanks places. You're just like, that thing can fly? Oh, my God.
So wait, you said you also own 2 sugar gliders.
Yes. So we have 2 sugar gliders. They're about 12 years old now.
Damn.
And their lifespan is anywhere like around 14 to 15 years. And we ended up getting them from the Puyallup Fair.
Well, did you win them?
No, there was a booth and a vendor. And so you could go through the whole process of purchasing them as pets. And they set you up with all of the starter kit stuff. And then they would come. You had to come back. I think it was like 6 weeks later to come and pick them up.
What do sugar gliders eat? Like, what is their diet day to day?
Yeah, so they have pellets that you can purchase. They actually sell them at like local pet food stores, or you can order them online. And the pellets have like protein and all that stuff in them. But they love fruit. They are actually marsupials. And so they look like flying squirrels, but they're marsupials because they have a little pouch, which is why the guy had them in a little pouch, because they actually give you like a travel pouch when you're bonding with them to carry them around because they like to be with you and smell your scent.
So the guy wasn't crazy. The woman who called earlier, that dude was not a nutcase. That's just the proper way to carry your sugar glider.
Correct. Yeah, when ours were younger, I actually used to like wear a big scarf and kind of bundle them in the pouch under the scarf, and so they enjoy that. That's like comforting for them.
Where do they use the bathroom?
So they'll kind of go anywhere, but you can potty train them. You can actually potty train them to like go on command and to not go in certain places. They actually say you can give them as much attention as like almost like a dog, and they like attention.
Do they respond to you? Like if you walk in your house, they recognize you, they like you, they approach you?
Yeah, they definitely know, like I make a certain little sound. They know, oh, I'm going to get a treat. I know who this person is. They'll come out even if they're asleep because they're nocturnal. And I had something I was going to tell you. But they eat apples.
Can they use a litter box?
No, not necessarily. No, but you can potty train them to like go to the bathroom before they get in your pouch, and then like after they get out.
Now, you said that when you got them at the fair, you said we got them. So was this an agreed adoption moment, or did one of you have to talk the other one into getting sugar gliders?
My husband was thoroughly excited to get them. And at that point, we had a, 6-month-old, I had a 4-year-old, a 6-month-old, and I had a puppy. So I did not particularly want to take on more animals at the time, but luckily they're pretty easy. But that's why it took a little convincing.
What, the dog gets along with him? Everybody's fine, copacetic?
Oh, yeah. We had a big old Great Dane, and he was hilarious. They would jump on his head, and he didn't know what to do, but he didn't do anything.
Now, when you take a sugar glider to the vet, do they have to call them back up, or do they know what they're dealing with?
Well, you do have to find an exotic pet vet, but we've thankfully never had to take them to the vet.
Okay.
They don't need, like, annual vaccinations or anything.
Really? So are they susceptible to anything? I mean, other than, I don't know, rabies? I mean, getting dewormed. Like my dog, it's like having a baby. 8,000 freaking shots for this thing, but they don't need anything?
Not that I know of. They came with a massive manual of everything about them, which was great, but they don't have anything really susceptible. I mean, primarily they're inside our house because since they originate from Australia, they don't like cold temperatures. So it's
Hello,
not like
Mike.
they're going outside.
Now, what did you end up naming your sugar gliders?
So the one with a white face is Cinderella, because that was the only girl name my 4-year-old knew at the time. And then the boy, he was a bit of a turd, so he likes to nip. When he was younger, he still does sometimes. He's a little more unpredictable, so his name is Gizmo.
Gizmo.
Okay. Gizmo. How much were these?
Oh, they were not cheap.
You don't get a discount when you buy them at the fair?
It's right when you get two.
I'm trying to remember, but I think you guys were pretty on par before when you were mentioning prices. I think we ended up maybe around $6 for the two of them.
Okay, well, the good news then about sugar gliders, for anyone paying attention, inflation does not affect the price. If that's what you paid, 12 years ago, and they're still right around that same area.
I don't think we're tariffing the Australians right now.
Just, by the way, real quick, so you said gizmo, nips, and all that. How bad does it hurt when you're bitten by a sugar glider?
Oh, man. It depends on where it gets you, because they've got little mouths. So if he gets that cuticle on your finger, it's not fun. But and it depends, too. Like, if he's more scared, he will bite harder. But usually, like, he would just do kind of a little nip, like, hey, I want my space, But
sorry, sugar glider.
Yeah, you got to give him a space, too.
Yeah, you want a space in the home I brought you into. My bad.
You want to hear a crazy sound? Google what they sound like when they're, I think they call it chittering, like when they're mad. It's the weirdest sound. It's like...
All right, we're about to pull it up. The sound of an angry sugar glider.
Yeah, because that has scared people before when they came to our house because they got startled and then they'd start like, and they bark too. They'll bark, which is like a little chirp sound.
How big do they get?
Oh, they're little. They're smaller than hamsters. They do look like little tiny flying squirrels.
Where do they sleep?
In their pouch.
Okay. All right. So if you get up and go to the kitchen, they're not going to follow you in, right?
No. I mean, we let them loose in the house sometimes, but that's pretty rare because we had one try and jump from, like, really high off the curtains, and we didn't want her to get hurt. So usually they recommend that you get, like, a pop-up tent, and if you're going to play with them, you kind of can play with them there, depending on how often you play with them.
You got to go to a tent inside your house to play with this damn thing.
We prefer to because then we don't end up not being able to get them out of wherever they might be.
Okay. All right. That's an angry sugar glider.
I don't know that I'd say it's terrifying.
That's just them barking. That's like the sound they make when they're like want to play or make food. When they're angry, they make a different sound.
Yeah, Mike, you gotta find the angry one, dude.
We need an angry sugar glider.
Is that it?
That's it.
Wow.
Okay. Hit that again, Mike.
When you were saying it has scared some people, I'm thinking, what chance would I have of being scared of something smaller than a hamster? And then Mike played that, and I'm like, you know what? I might back off from that.
What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
What that one more time? The angry sugar glider?
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, Yeah, if I'm at your house and I hear that noise, I'm going to be pretty alarmed. I don't know if I'd say scared.
Yeah, scared isn't the right word, but disturbed.
Yeah, like what is the alarm going off?
Yeah,
what is happening?
You're telling, man, your sugar glider, okay, man, he's making weird noises. Now, what is that?
That's Grumpy.
That's Grumpy.
Yeah.
I also don't know that I like just the way you said that.
What?
I don't know if I want you being like, is your sugar glider okay? Just,
hey, baby, is it okay tonight if,
just feels weird.
You want to play my sugar glider?
I do.
Oh, dude, don't sweat it.
He's fine. He's fine.
He's just upset. He's Australian. He didn't enjoy the race. He's just, he's pissed off.
What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Rick. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, hola.
Hola.
My first time I had adventures with paper wasp. I was hunting with my dad and uncle in the redwoods in Northern California, and I was about 12 years old. I was following my dad up the hill. He lifted his foot up, and I got stung over 20 times.
Damn.
That being said, I'm not allergic, and my dad was a tobacco chewer, and he chewed some tobacco, put it all on the stings, and they were gone the next day.
I believe that. Because doesn't tobacco typically calm that particular ilk of creature down? Like, don't they blow tobacco smoke into, like, beehives and stuff when they're doing honey and all that?
Do they? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
They do both. I don't know if it's tobacco. The second time I laid down in a friend's hammock, and a wasp got me in the back of the head.
Ooh. How bad was that?
The third time's the most interesting. I had this old dirt bike that I rode on the street, and I wore a off-road helmet with a fixed-face chin guard.
Yeah.
And I'm doing like 70, 75 miles an hour down this road, and I'm coming in this corner. I'm getting set up to go around this corner, and a bee hits me in the chest, bounced off the inside of my helmet, and went up my nose.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'm going around this corner, trying to stay on the road, and I'm blowing, and I'm blowing, and I'm blowing, and he starts buzzing, and I'm blowing. Then he nails me in the nose, and he flies away.
So he stung you inside of your nostril?
Inside my nose. And thank God I'm not allergic to bees.
Wow. Did you swell up at all, or no?
Oh, yeah, it swelled up. It was a bee sting. It swelled up. He didn't leave the stinger, though.
Well, that's nice of him.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Jeez, keep this.
Yeah, I've heard inside the mouth, not inside the nose.
And mine was just like a yellow jacket, I believe.
That's all.
No, but it did. It zapped me on the inside of the cheek and on the tongue. So whatever that is where you keep your stinger. So it wasn't.
Yeah, that's the hornet world.
Yeah, it hurt like hell. I just know that my tongue was good. And that was my birthday party.
Oh, it's your birthday party?
Like, I couldn't even chew the cake. Like, I could put the ice cream in my mouth and let it melt.
That was your
but my mouth was so in pain. Like, I didn't even want the ice cream.
Just let it melt in your mouth, Miles.
Yeah.
It's like a milkshake.
Right. And then I'm trying to open presents. I just don't even care.
Right.
Like, this is not even a birthday party. What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Out in the cut. I almost guarantee you she lives in a very well-developed neighborhood. Mm-hmm. But there's a body of water, and that's all you need in Florida, man.
And not only that, but in Florida, a lot of the communities are gated. And for whatever reason, and I don't know what it is, but they feel the need to put a man-made lake or pond on the property.
They want to attract more gators.
They're not... That water wasn't there before. There's no reason to go ahead and do a man-made lake with, a dam on one end.
And Florida's not
like
dry.
a levee kind of thing. That's basically what they do. So that everybody has a house on the perimeter of a lake. It's a man-made lake. Then what happens? You need to put this netting up around your house.
Right.
But that doesn't change the fact that, look, that alligator might not be in your pool. If you've seen the videos, they come up to your front door.
Yeah.
They'll knock on your door. They'll ring your doorbell. You could lift up your garage door and go out to take the trash out at night. There's a gator in the bushes, man. You just can't see it today.
Gator in them our bushes.
Yeah.
I mean, Miles has said it, but like I had a girl I knew, her mom lived in Orlando.
All right.
So we went down there once, like a day or two early before we go to Disney World. And like her, right, like I'm like 19, so her and my mom are like gonna go out, and they're like, she's like, you know, whatever. I was like, can I use the pool? And she's like, yeah. So it's outdoor, but they're all screened in.
Yes.
Yep. And I said, why is it screened in? She's like, gators and snakes.
I never saw the alligator
And
coming.
there was a lake in the backyard.
If you live in Florida or anywhere there are gators, you have to keep your eye out 24/7. But if the Massachusetts native finds herself in a similar situation again, she expects to act just the same. Though she acknowledged she could have lost her arm, I wasn't going to let that dog get eaten. I'd end up in a psych ward if I went through that. Our question, what is a story you will always tell about your pet? 206-803-ROCK.
My story would have been different. My story would have been like, man, I was so broken up. Watch my dog
Dax.
get eaten by a gator when I ran home. Hello, Tina. Welcome to the men's room.
Poor bastard.
Hi.
Hola.
So I had a black lab, and a couple doors down, there was his girlfriend, another little mutt dog. I'm getting ready for work, and he came running to the bathroom, and he was whining and running back. And then back to me, barking and running towards that direction, over and over like Timmy in the well. So I ended up following him, and he brought me all the way to his little girlfriend's house where they kept the garage door cracked open so the dog could go in and out. And there was his little girlfriend with her two front paws stuck together by a double-barbed salmon fishing hook.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
So how do you think your dog knew? Could he hear the cries?
No, I'm sure I'd let him out every morning, and they would just meet up and play. That was his little girlfriend, and somehow she got into it, and he came back, and he literally whined and barked until I followed him and looked around their garage. I found wire cutters, cut the hook just so that she could be apart, and grabbed her and took her straight to the vet. But, yeah, he was not going to let it up till I followed him.
That's amazing.
Wow. It's like, you got opposable thumbs. We need your help. Damn, man.
Right.
Dogs are smart, man.
By the way, quick side note. Tina said, Timmy in the well, referring to Lassie. We did research on this, and believe it or how many times do you think Timmy got stuck in a well? Because that's everyone's go-to. Lassie barking.
I want to say he never did.
He never did. They had one episode of Lassie, and in this one episode, Lassie was stuck in the well, not freaking Timmy. Yeah. Timmy had to run home and tell everyone else, hey, Lassie stuck in the well. Lassie gets too much credit. That's all I'm saying.
Correct.
He never went well. Timmy's like, right? Jesus Christ, guy. Why does everyone think I'm so stupid?
For 70 years, we've been thinking this Timmy kid's just dumb.
And he's like, Lassie was in the well. It was in the episode.
That was what Sunshine was. She was a border
collie.
Yeah. But that's the crazy thing is I just don't see those dogs anymore.
Not much.
Yeah. And if you want a real hero dog, you look up Rin Tin Tin, okay?
He was what, Army?
Yeah, he was in a war. He was a great actor. He was a great American. Not like that fake Lassie.
I don't know. Max the bionic dog got a bionic jaw. Look, man, he's working covert.
Well, they're canine dogs, but are there Army dogs?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Rin Tin Tin was in service.
Well, I know, but I mean now, currently, like,
there's got to be a dog.
Is there practical,
something, right?
I mean, smelling bombs, something, right?
Maybe not.
But are there attack dogs?
In the Army?
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Well, you know what? Maybe. You think about cops. They can draw a gun.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy keeps running. They're not going to let go of the dog. That person stops dead.
Exactly. Our question, what is the story you'll always tell about your pet? 206-803-ROCK.
KISW Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Here's a weird one for you. Wildlife officials say a lizard in the blizzard has been rescued after a man discovered the large cold-blooded reptile buried in the snow in Rhode Island.
I wonder, he must have been shoveling or something, because I Googled these things. They're basically white and black. They would kind of disappear in the snow.
Somehow. That thing survived the frigid temperatures. According to the New England Wildlife Center, Providence man spotted the tegu lizard from his driveway. The reptile was quickly brought indoors. He wrapped him up in a T-shirt to help conserve heat.
I think it's like a rock T-shirt. For some reason, I'm picturing like Nirvana.
Yes. E.T. Reptiles, a reptile store based in Rhode Island, agreed to pick up the tegu and take it to an animal hospital. I believe I'm saying that right. Their veterinarians found him to be extremely weak, underweight, and not moving well. The tongue had also suffered frostbite and muscle weakness due to prolonged exposure to the cold, a circumstance, they say, that leads to a cell failure in cold-blooded animals and low temperatures. A small portion of the tongue was amputated to help with its recovery. He is now resting comfortably and finally warm, which makes all the difference. We'll be rooting for a good outcome, and we'll share updates as we have them. Center says it's unknown if the lizard escaped on its own from wherever it was being kept or was abandoned. The black and white lizards are native to South America and have become popular in the pet trade. They've also become known as an invasive species in certain states, like Florida, as more owners who intended to keep them as pets have now abandoned them into the wild, and they can grow up to 4 feet long.
That's what I wanted to know, yeah.
They are invasive in Florida. And did you guys see the stories and the videos out today? Because Florida's going through one of the biggest cold snaps they've had in years.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Correct.
But people are just going and picking these damn things up.
Oh, the iguanas?
They're frozen stiff.
Oh, yeah.
They are frozen stiff, and they're picking them up, and then they're just dumping them in the trash.
They're throwing the iguanas in the trash.
They're taking them to a place where they're disposing of these things.
All right. I mean, are they dead, or do they do their cold-blooded hibernation
Both.
thing?
But there are so many of them that they say, look, and the damage they do is enough to just like say, all right, man, just bring them in. We'll get rid of these damn things.
So there is like a Pet Solutions place that you...
But they're not pets there. I mean, I'm sure you can have them as a pet.
Sure.
But that's not the ones they're picking up. Our question, what is the story you'll always tell about a pet? 206-803-ROCK.
Hola, Josh. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
How you guys been?
Doing good, man. Thank you, brother. How you?
This Graffiti, Josh?
Yeah, Blood. How you doing?
Oh, hey, man.
What up, Josh?
Yeah.
It's been a rough weekend, dude. I lost my dog on Friday.
Oh, no.
You lost your dog?
Damn.
Yeah, man. Me and the wife, I dropped my daughter off at the community center where she be volunteering and stuff, and came back. Me and the wife was watching a movie, fell asleep on the couch, and she was right there, and I just took her out to use the bathroom, and she's been having problems a lot lately, and hell, I just dropped $600 last week at the vet, and when we woke up, she didn't.
Yeah, that's
how long had you had the
crazy.
dog?
She was 13 as December 10th.
All right. What type of dog?
She was a Brindle Pit Lab mix.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. She was Staffordshire Pit, so she was like a little bit shorter, but she was super dope, bro. She was extra chill. Like she's the type of dog like when you be walking her down the street. You know how dogs go ape on the other side of the fence?
Of course.
She would literally just look at me like, okay, and then just keep walking.
Good, man. You definitely appreciate those dogs.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sucks.
Yeah, but a couple years back, me, the wife, the kid, the dog, a couple of our buddies went down to Oregon for vacation to the beaches down there. And my dog, we had got her when we were out in Ohio. Y'all remember us moving to Ohio? And all that?
Yeah.
That's when we had got her. So she's 13. And it was the first time she had been to the ocean. And, dude, like, not even second guessing it. The second I let her off the leash, she didn't pay attention to no birds. She saw that sea foam that was like 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall, and just dove into the ocean, bro. And, like, 7 of us just lose our ass, dude. I'm like, oh, my God. And she was like, I'm jumping in, man. I'm like looking around and stuff. And she come busting out like a damn dolphin, dude. She was in there for a hot minute. I was like, oh, my God, the ocean just stole my dog. And, she just popped back out and all smiles and sea foam. And I was just like, oh, my God, Gracie, I'm going to kill you.
Well, there's a lot of...
99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
We head on over to Italy. Italian firefighters rescued a wolf that was trapped in a canal in an aptly named town.
A wolf?
A wolf.
Okay.
Passers-by spotted the animal trapped under a bridge in San Giovanni Lupatoto. Do you know what that means? San Giovanni Lupatoto.
River of the Dog.
St. John of the Wolves.
Oh, really?
All right. Yeah. Local authorities, they were alerted and set off a coordinated response. Firefighters work with police and veterinarians to safely extract the wolf. He was sedated and held in place with a catch pole.
Yes.
While firefighters in an inflatable boat extracted it, a fire brigade shared the video of the rescue. Once freed, it was handed over to the provincial police,
who said, "What do you want us to do with it?"
Then transferred to the Wild Animal Recovery Center. The young female wolf is expected to stay there briefly for observation and then will be released back into the local wildlife.
Yeah, like, any other animal, horse, moose, ducks, all these things they rescue from water or ice, We did all this. The wolf, the first thing is it was sedated.
Quickly. Because you got to put it into a boat.
Yeah.
What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the men's room.
Johnson. How you gentlemen doing today? What's up, Ted?
What's up, Jeff?
What's up? All right. We're going to tell our story with the animals. So this is around the springtime of 2023 with my previous employer. He lives down there, and first of all, his wife owns a horse, so that plays into part of the story. He's a truck driver by trade, so I was driving for him. I go down to where his property is, down where that dirt road is. I do my normal pre-chip on the truck, all that. I get it started. I hop in my vehicle. I go back to, he lets us park our vehicles on his property. I turn the right, go to park my vehicle, and I see this animal in his front yard. I'm thinking, oh, damn it. His horse got out. I got to call him. Now we got to wrangle a horse. And this thing picks its head up, and it has horns. And I'm like, oh, my God, what the hell is that?
It's a unicorn.
Horse. Yeah. Horses don't have horns. That's too big to be a deer. And it finally hit me. It's like, oh, that's an elk. So I park my truck. I go park my truck in the corner of his property. I go out to the front of it, and this elk, ever since he picked his horns up, or his head up, has not moved. He hasn't gone forward. He hasn't gone backward. He's done nothing. He's just staring at me. So it's like I go to the front of my vehicle, and I'm just sitting there staring at him. There's like this good standoff for a couple minutes where he's like, by the way, I'm bigger than you. It's like, I know you're bigger than me. What are you going to do? And he's like, bitch, what are you going to do? And it's like, there's a couple minutes of years, like, we're just staring at each other. And it's like, eventually he finally turns. What I didn't see to my right, which would have been to his left, he had a friend that was just slightly smaller than him. And they both went through the woods. And I will never forget the noise of branches breaking in the bushes where they went. It's like they didn't just have to go around the bushes. They could just go through the bushes. He was huge.
Well, Jeff, just one thing. Don't take it personally. Elk are known to refer to all humans as bitch. Mm-hmm. That doesn't matter. Yeah. Not always a mean thing.
I've seen one. I've seen one in the wild. Man, they're huge.
Firsthand. Yeah, I saw it firsthand.
Yeah, mine was on the trail about
animals.
50 yards in front of us.
I was how far away were you from this elk that you were staring at? The one that called you bitch.
Yeah, I was inside 40 yards.
Okay.
That's close enough to hear him.
But yeah, close enough to bitch. Did you call me bitch? Yeah. But if you notice with Jeff in his story, he did not really leave the front of the truck.
No. Look, the Oregon coast, they're everywhere down there. So I went down there to play golf at a course called Gearhart, and it's right on the water, right north of Seaside, Oregon. And we had one morning, it was like an 8:30 tee-off time, but we had an elk delay that pushed everything back an hour and a half because the elk had got out on the golf course, and they were walking all over the greens. Now, the indentations they make in the greens are about 4 to 5 inches deep. They just basically sink down in there.
Yeah.
So, like, you replace a divot where your ball hit. It's nothing. They had to get down there and dig. And, I mean, when we started to play, they were everywhere. So go back into the McMinimans, which is at the pro shop, the hotel, to get some lunch. And they have their standard menu where you open it up and everything. But this time around, there was a little paper one-sheeter in there. So it was the special menu.
Let me guess.
Yeah. So we have elk burgers. For dinner, you could also do an elk meatloaf sandwich. You could do elk meatloaf for dinner or an elk steak. And I just looked at her and she's like, yeah, we got a lot of meat. Yeah. I was like, I wonder where you got that from. She's like, yeah, do you really?
Yeah.
I hope you ate a burger.
Oh, they're great. You know what? They don't.
Did you order the elk?
Oh yeah, they don't have a lot of fat in them, but they're still tender.
All right.
They're still like, I kind of thought it would be gamey. It was better than bison. It was 100 times better than bison.
All right.
Well, and they're like delaying you. So I would have eaten it just out of spite.
Exactly.
So did they delay you because the elk are there, or are they delaying you to repair the divots?
Yes, they're repairing the golf course from the herd that went across it. Damn. What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Toby. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hola.
Hola. Hey, by the way, an hola with your great men's room lager. Love it.
Oh, good, man.
The Ola Days Porter.
Thank you. At any rate, so I know you're short on time. I raised a cockatiel from egg. I was surprised. One day I was feeding it, and the damn thing jumped in my mouth.
The bird jumped in your mouth?
My cockatiel that I raised, yeah, literally, I had him for 20 years. He jumped in my mouth when we were feeding him as a baby.
You ever think about going for 3? Go big or go home.
I thought about it. I was like, I got to have more than one.
What is a cockatoo? How big do they get?
They get pretty good size. I would literally, to trim his wings, I would just grab him out of the cage and say, hey, 1, 2, 3. I'd put a gun at him. He'd play dead, and we'd cut his wings.
And now you said so you physically had an egg. This thing hatched, and then you raised it.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Did you know what you had?
Yes.
And did you
bred them? Yeah, cockatiels are known to abandon their eggs.
All right.
Oh.
All right. So when someone gives you one, what do you have to do to try to bring this egg to the point that it's going to hatch?
Like a heat lamp?
Oh my God, dude! My mom and I raised it. We would wake up on 15 minutes after it was hatched. We would have to feed it by syringe. We started out by syringes. Until it actually had feathers, we were golden. We were actually teaching it how to eat.
And
how long does it take for it to get feathers? Like, how long is that?
You're talking almost 9 months.
So shouldn't they live a little bit longer than that? Shouldn't they be about a 30-year bird?
You think, right? I mean, hell, it's like us. I mean, come on.
Right. So there's a lifespan, and then there's what you hit. So how old were you when you got this thing?
On the life. Well, okay, because, I had him for 20 years. I joined the military, and when I joined the military, he was so depressed that he passed away 3 years.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. They get attached to the human real quick.
How did you teach it to fake dead when you point a gun at it?
I would say bang. As he was growing up, I would go bang, and I would take my finger on his beak and tilt his beak back to where he needed to be, and he started doing that.
Huh?
Did he have any other tricks, or was the play dead kind of the golden one?
Yeah, no. Growing up, whatever I ate, nobody else. Whatever I ate, that dang cockatiel would have to be out, and he'd be on my shoulder. He would literally stuff his head in my mouth. I would have to share what I was eating.
I'll be damned. So no wonder he died earlier. You're feeding McDonald's.
You're chewing food, and you have to open your mouth.
Wait a second. Yeah, I tell you what. Yeah, okay, we'll go there. I like that McDonald's all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he died because he had a human diet from an American.
Well, I'm eating Cheetos, and you're telling me I got to open my mouth and let my bird eat Cheetos because he won't leave me alone. That doesn't seem healthy.
But you can't feed him by hand, I guess, right?
But what?
Isn't that how birds feed each other, like mom to peeps?
I mean,
so they
to
feed
a
babies,
point, right? I used to feed my kids with a spoon, but at this point, they can do it themselves. I mean, at what point does the bird just feed itself?
What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jeannie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola.
Okay, so back when I was younger, I would go and clean my mom's house. And I was vacuuming away, and I got done vacuuming and sat down on the couch. And I looked across my mom's living room, and my mom's cactus was moving. And I'm thinking, okay, what's going on here? So I went and checked it out, and a bat flew in our living room in the morning when my dad put wood in the fireplace, and he got stuck in my mom's cactus.
Oh.
So I went and got gloves and peeled him out of it. I took him home in a box and let him loose when I got home. Well, the next day I left and came back, and he was hanging off my windowsill.
Oh, so he stuck around.
Yeah, in the middle of the day, and I felt so sorry for him, so I stuck him back in the box and drove him clear back out to my mom's house and let him go.
Well, did you try to feed it or anything? Were you worried it might bite you?
No,
Okay, I would be.
I had leather gloves on.
All right, okay.
That's funny.
How big was this bat that was stuck in the cactus?
I don't know. Wing size, probably from fingertip to my thumb.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I would have a hard time picking up a bat.
I mean, the leather gloves, no problem at all. Without gloves, like there's zero chance, man.
What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
And what is it with bats? Like, how does blood not rush to their head? I'm sure it has something to do with their internal organs and all that, right? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
If I put you upside down overnight, when you wake up the next morning, man,
you're going to be dizzy.
You're not going to feel okay.
I'm not going to be ready to fly.
Maybe that's how they always banquet, to the right when they leave a cave.
I don't know. But you're right.
It's
They
right or
all
left,
go
but
general direction.
they all do it. And they said all the bats that they've studied, if these bats live in caves, when they come flying out, does not matter where it is in the world, and it's either left or right, I don't remember, but they all bank the same way as soon as they come out.
Huh.
I just wonder why that. Maybe it's the blood in their head. They're just dizzy and like, ooh, go right. I don't know.
It does seem like something bad would happen sleeping upside down.
Yeah. I mean, you've heard about people who got stuck like in their inversion tables.
Yeah.
And they flip up and something goes wrong and they can't get out. And by the time, even if they're there for 10 minutes, like they're in bad shape, man. Hello, Sherry. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello. Hola.
Hola.
So probably about 5 years ago, my friend Alan and I were going through Yellowstone. We had just gotten in on the east side of the park, and we saw 3 bison running up toward us, but there was a truck ahead of us, and they were just kind of like loping and doing their thing. And as the truck slowed down, the one shot across the road and was like on the right side, like on our side of the road. He was off onto the side and standing there. So we all just kind of stopped, and the truck ahead of us, waited a little bit to try to figure out what he was going to do. And then it started to go, and it just sort of passed him, not a big deal. So the 2 are on one side and the one's on the other. And so now it's our turn to go past him. And Alan just kind of brought his throttle up just a little bit, just made that little bit of a rev noise. And the frickin' bison flipped around, started staring at us with wild eye. And he's right on the fog line, and we're right there. We're probably about not even 6 feet from him. And we're like, usually people run up to a bison and they get completely like plowed over. And so we're like, what do we do? So we're sitting there and it's wild eyeing us, just like big eye. And their heads are like, I don't know if they're like 5 feet tall, it was monstrous. So we're waiting and waiting, and we waited forever. And he was just staring at us, and the other 2 were staring at us. And so he finally crept to, because on our comms, I was like, well, if we're going to get killed, we might as well be moving, right? And so
yeah, down the move.
Yeah.
I know, well, there's not too much we could do, so we just inched by him. I lost at least 5 years on my life. We get down the street or the road about about a mile. And we jump off the bikes, and he's like, "Where the hell's the Jaeger? We got to get the Jaeger." And so we both did a shot of Jaeger just to completely chill us out. But it was the frickin' scariest thing ever. And after that, we had 4 hours to go through the park. I couldn't have cared less. I probably will never go back to Yellowstone. I don't care.
Maybe not on a bike. I missed the part that you're on bikes. So I'm like, well, you're in a car.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that changes everything. Yeah.
Were you on motorcycles?
Yeah, we're on our adventure bikes. I got African.
Well, there you go. There's your adventure.
Did anyone tell you it might be a bad idea to ride it in Yellowstone just for that reason?
Well, you know what? I've learned it firsthand. I will tell everybody else, screw the bison, whatever. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Did you clench your ass for the next 4 hours that you're there?
Oh, my sphincter was so snapped shut. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I bet.
All the way until we went down. We stopped in Jackson finally, and I was done. I was totally done. I walked into the first hotel. It was $400 a night. I'm like, I don't even care.
In Jackson?
Ski.
Jackson Hole.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Jackson Hole. Yeah, all the skiers.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Well, this was the summer. It was COVID, so whatever. But yeah, that was crazy.
Okay, so don't ride your motorcycle through Yellowstone.
Damn.
I mean, I wouldn't anyway.
I think a lot of people do, though.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
Well,
I just wouldn't.
Look, if I had it on a trailer, that's one thing. That way I can drive home. I just don't want to have to ride a motorcycle that far out from Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
What animal were you surprised was part of your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Trey. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
All right. It's kind of crazy that I'm in the industry that I am right now because I'm in a pest control industry. And what happened to me, I was about 16, and I'm going to one of my buddies a year or two older than me, going to his pre-rehearsal wedding, right?
All right.
And I'm from Texas originally, and we live out. This guy lives way out of the country, and he wanted me to go to his future in-laws' house to pick up. I can't remember what it is at this right now, but I didn't know this guy had a pet turkey.
All right. Okay.
We're talking about a tom that's bigger than what. I mean, some gun stood up about 4.5 feet, head down to this, his talons and stuff, and had this big double wide mobile home sitting in a big porch out front. I pulled up in this little bitty car that I had at the time. I got out, went and knocked on the door. No one answered. And about that time, I knocked on the door. At the end of that deck, this big ass turkey gets up and starts walking. Got, slow as hell, I'm like, all right, what the hell? I'm around animals a lot. I'm like, okay, what's this dude doing? Keep knocking on the door, and they had one of those storm doors, like a kind of a screen glass kind of door in between the regular door. And so I kind of had that open, knocking on the wood door. No one answered. I sat there, and that turkey kept walking, just doing his neck thing moving. And I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is about to happen? So I'm thinking I'm getting set up. So this guy. He's one of them kind of people that you don't want walk into his house, because I knew the door was unlocked. Because you walk into his house, he might be there. He's an older guy. He's got tons of guns. He might walk in there and just get shot, for no damn reason. And that turkey came up, and I had to hit that damn turkey with the door, the glass door, like 4 or 5 times. He just kept pecking and pecking. And I'm just essing my boots.
Well, you don't realize how big those things get.
Oh, damn, that son of a gun was at least, I'm 5'10", and he was at least up to my neck, his head. And I'm hitting the shit out of
hold on.
Once again, bedroom callers, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now, back to the program.
All right, so you're hitting this turkey with the door.
Yeah, I'm beating the heck out of it, I'm just, he won't move. I'm like, I'm not going to go in this house, but I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to go in. And I'm, like I said, 16, 17 years old. So I'm like, open the door, walk in the house. I'm like, hey, it's me. They know me. It's me. I'm not barging or anything like that. And it's like in the middle of the day, so I'm like, oh, shoot, I run into the other side, because the front door is almost exactly, right across from the back door. Run through the back door. I was there for at least 15, 20 minutes. Run out, jump in my little car, and I hauled back at that turkey. I'm like, yeah, I got you now, you mother lover,
Take that, turkey.
Yeah, you take that, you joker, But, oh, my God, I'm shaking talking about it right now.
I'm telling you, man, those things are huge.
I like it.
Nobody wants a turkey to kill him.
Your guess is as good as mine. Count up our categories today, the world's 10 deadliest animals, and we've got your favorite warm weather destinations and emails coming up next to the men's room at KISW.com.
coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a 102-year-old man is suing Walmart after they wouldn't hire him as a dog reader because he was too young. But first, our local zoo is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. They have a series of events planned to commemorate the occasion.
Yeah, I know you love you some animal, Stone, but they make me uncomfortable, man.
You don't like animals?
I like animals after they are cooked and plated, but living animals make me uncomfortable, Playboy.
Felix, we share the planet with our animal friends. It would behoove you and everyone to learn to respect and appreciate them. That's actually the mission of the zoo.
Yeah, okay, man.
There's so many fascinating facts about animals. For example, did you know that dolphins have names for each other? It shows advanced communication and social intelligence.
I know dolphins have names for each other, Stone.
You knew that already.
Yeah, I found out last year when I was snorkeling in the Caribbean. 3 dolphins started swimming beside me.
That sounds like a wonderful experience.
It was all right, man. But yeah, that's when I met Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo? Who are they?
Well, those were the 3 dolphins, man. That's how I know the dolphins have names.
Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Yeah, you know them?
No, Felix, I don't know the dolphins Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Yeah, they don't know you either. Cool guys, though. Well, not Ringo so much, but the other 2 were cool, man.
Okay. Another interesting animal fact. Crikey, the Australian river turtle at the zoo.
Yeah, what about him?
Well, Crikey, like all Australian river turtles, has the ability to breathe through his anus. It's called cloacal respiration.
Pfft, I can do that, Playboy.
You can breathe through your butt? That's what you're telling me.
Yes, Stone, I can breathe out of my backside.
And this comes in handy when exactly?
Oddly enough, my ability to breathe out of my anus saved me money when I was snorkeling in the Caribbean last year.
That'd be when you met Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Exactly. By having the ability to breathe out of my butt, I did not have to rent a snorkel. It's like having a blowhole, Playboy. A blowhole that saved you money. A money-saving blowhole.
Come on, Felix. You can't breathe out of your anus.
On the contrary, Stone, like Crikey the Australian river turtle, I can breathe out of my butt.
You expect me to believe that you can breathe from your anus?
You can breathe out of your butt too, Stone.
I can't breathe through my anus, Felix.
Yes, you can, man. Just take some practice. Now, cover your mouth and nose. Concentrate and inhale. Now exhale.
Oh, for the love of Pete! I just defecated into my own pants!
Yeah, you exhale wrong, Playboy.
Yes, Felix, I got that! Oh, this is terrible. Go to break. We'll be back next hour.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. It helps us a lot. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and social media pages at In Action News.
smiles, and thrills.
Your guess is as good as mine. Coming up, but first time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
A couple from our question today. What animal were you surprised was part of your day? Guys, I hit a cottonmouth with a bucket of an excavator accidentally while I was moving a pile of rocks. Almost cut it in half. So I picked it up in the bucket and flicked it in the creek. Let's see here. Years back, I was fishing on the, Wyonuchi River.
Sure.
Out by ocean shores. We're in a boat drifting down along the shoreline, and I saw an eagle 20 to 30 feet up in a tree. And as we got underneath him, he swooped out about 5 feet over our head. I could see the look in his eye. Coolest and scariest thing I've ever seen. Older guys. Yeah, wasps are very aggressive little A's. About 4 years ago, I was out in the backyard raking some debris from the hill. Little did I know wasps sometimes make nests in the ground. One take down the hill, and I feel a sharp pain on my hand, even through the glove. Then my neck, my arm, and I can finally see what's happening. I make a run for the back door, and they follow me all the way to the house. Collapse on the kitchen floor. Got about 25 stings on my hand and arm, and another 10 or so on my neck. Jeez. Swollen for about a week. F them jerks, that from Andy Mack.
All right.
Bitches used to work at a shoe store, and I had one customer, an older Eastern European guy, who was pretty friendly, and we always ended up chatting for a little bit. Well, after a few months of this, he told me I was so nice to him all the time, he was going to bring me a gift as a thank you. I told him he didn't need to do that, but he insisted. And a week or two later, he comes in with a big bag, plastic shopping bag, and presents it with a smile. Inside was a frozen, fully skinned, and dressed out rabbit. Turns out he raised them at home for the fur and the meat. My boss about peed himself laughing when I showed him. And if anyone is wondering, a nice rabbit stew is pretty damn good.
I can believe that.
All right.
Rock on, rabbit set from Jersey.
I feel like you should just give a small warning if that's the quote-unquote gift you're going to bring someone.
I've brought you a skinned animal?
Yes.
Whole?
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Guys, I was a case manager for Seattle Housing Authority, and they have a building right near that Value Village. It's called Lake City House. And I was there as a case manager at that building. I can confirm that dude was one of my clients. I worked there in 2015, 2016, and he was indeed a little batty. Definitely not the technical term, but he did take great care of his sugar glider. Pretty nice guy, too, but definitely would not what you would say neurotypical. That's from Rachel.
Hey, he's got to be just sugar glider guy, right?
What else would you call him?
He is now.
Right. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, who's down in, apartment 28? It's like, God, that's a sugar glider guy.
Know who he is.
Miles, I'm from Warrenton. That is right across the bridge there, a little bit south of Astoria. Right next to Gearhart. And the elk population got so bad that they let locals start killing them a few years back.
No.
So that's why they were on the menu. And finally, from today's emails, Ola, this is Sean in Port Angeles. Here's my story involving an animal. My wife was a vet tech and has all the stories from bald eagles to baby seals in Alaska to all types of exotics in Florida, including some of the animals at the Tampa Zoo and Busch Gardens. While she was working in Florida, she asked me to bring her lunch one day and just said, bring it in the back. I walked in and came face to face with a cougar. Oh. Now, the thing was sedated, but it scared the ever-loving S out of me. The paws on that thing were as big as my face. Found out later on that one of the vets there was the go-to for that bitch, Carol Baskins.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Okay.
Look that he threw in that bitch.
That bitch.
Just like, yeah.
Is she in jail or not?
I don't know.
Carol Baskins?
No.
No.
But I don't think Carol Baskins had done anything illegal.
Other than kill her ex-husband.
Other than kill her husband.
That's what.
We're pretty sure.
That's the alleged theory from the Tiger King.
Yeah.
He's not the most trustworthy guy.
He's in prison.
Not, but when he threw it out there, there were some cursory investigations, and they were like, we can't prove that she killed her husband, but nothing that even this crazy mofo was saying is inaccurate. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, because the idea was what? Killed him and then fed him to the tigers or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and look, man, I don't know if it's true or not, but she did not help her own cause the more she spoke. I'm like, this bitch killed her husband and fed him to tigers.
Let's get a contestant now if we can for your guess is as good as mine, 206-803-ROCK. But first time for a few birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Hola, Michelle. Today is my mother-in-law's birthday. Feel pretty lucky I have a mother-in-law that minds her own business and adores her grandkids. So can I get a cut the bitch off next caller and a long bong rip? Thanks, guys, from Tyler in Puyallup.
You can tell someone loves their mother-in-law when this is what they request.
Cut that bitch off. Next caller.
Here's
he
another
can't
one.
say it. No.
What else we got? Ola Macholas want to wish my wonderful and beautiful wife an undisclosed amount of birthdays. Hope it is as great as you are. So, can I get some dad jokes from Miles and the Dirty Germans talking about the kind of meat that she's going to get for dinner tonight? All right, a couple dad jokes for you. Did you guys hear about that painter who was hired for a portrait of Ricardo Montalban from the Star Trek movies?
No. He's a con man?
He was a con artist.
Ah, yes.
Con. Yeah.
Con!
This morning I sprayed Axe body spray in my mouth.
Oh, yeah?
Now I talk with an accent. Speaking of wild animals, I kind of wanted to cook some alligator tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah?
But I only have a crock pot.
Same. I can't cook gator.
What do you do to an elephant with 3 balls? What do you do to an elephant with 3 balls?
What?
You walk him and pitch to the giraffe. What's the difference between split peas and pea soup?
What?
You can split peas. And one more. What's the difference between black-eyed peas and chickpeas?
What?
Miles?
Black-eyed peas can sing us a song, while chickpeas can only hum us one.
Hummus.
Hummus, Joe.
See, Mike, where'd you think it was going?
That was going to be dirty, didn't you? And finally, for the birthdays, Ola guys, today's my 56th. I travel the nation as a professional mascot for several different companies.
Oh, yeah?
Everyone else in this field is at least 20 years younger. I'm starting to feel my age and need some encouragement. So, can I get a pep talk from Coach Ted and an explanation from the captain on why I have not been invited to his wild mascot parties? Keep up the good work, and thank you, guys. That from Corey.
First of all, Corey, you can't send an email saying you're a professional mascot without telling us who are you as a mascot. You got to know this stuff.
I thought they weren't supposed to say that.
What's that?
I thought that was a secret.
Well, they're not supposed to talk. That breaks mascot code. But you could let other people know. My buddy met Orbits, the Houston Rockets, or the Houston, whatever the baseball team is.
Astros.
Yeah, he was there. All right, well, Miles is right, man. Keep your mouth silent. All right, keep your mouth shut. Nobody mascots aren't supposed to talk. And then if they're 20 years younger than you, I'd say let's keep up the fitness and the diet.
Ooh, well, ahoy there and happy birthday. Corey, listen, I've been waiting for you to complain about this. It's not the old Capitan that doesn't want to invite you to all of our wild mascot parties, but based on the intel I got from the Jolly Green Giant, Boo Berry, and Aunt Jemima, who swore this under oath in front of Congress, Burley, you bring a little too much what they call the saucy heat when we have these parties. So while I admire your style, the 3 of them have petitioned to ban you from any future wild mascot parties. But I'll invite you to my next birthday party, you dirty, dirty son of a bitch. Crunch berries.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's world famous sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Mmm, Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Mama. Time for a little Jurgen. Oh, God, I hit the wrong one. Hold on. Oh. And now we're really American. Just like the bald eagle flying. 5,000 deaths attributed per year. There you go. All right, coming up until 5:08, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. You are listening to the Men's Room.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, A 102-year-old man is suing Walmart after they wouldn't hire him as a dog reader because he was too young. But first, our local zoo is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. They have a series of events planned to commemorate the occasion.
Yeah, I know you love you some animals, Stone, but they make me uncomfortable, man.
You don't like animals?
I like animals after they are cooked and plated, but living animals make me uncomfortable, Playboy.
Felix, we share the planet with our animal friends. It would behoove you and everyone to learn to respect and appreciate them. That's actually the mission of the zoo.
Yeah, okay, man.
There's so many fascinating facts about animals. For example, did you know that dolphins have names for each other? It shows advanced communication and social intelligence.
I know dolphins have names for each other, Stone.
You knew that already.
Yeah, I found out last year when I was snorkeling in the Caribbean. 3 dolphins started swimming beside me.
That sounds like a wonderful experience.
It was all right, man. But yeah, that's when I met Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo? Who are they?
Well, those were the 3 dolphins, man. That's how I know the dolphins have names.
Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Yeah, you know them?
No, Felix, I don't know the dolphins Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Yeah, they don't know you either. Cool guys, though. Well, not Ringo so much, but the other 2 were cool, man.
Okay. Another interesting animal fact. Crikey, the Australian river turtle at the zoo.
Yeah, what about him?
Well, Crikey, like all Australian river turtles, has the ability to breathe through his anus. It's called cloacal respiration.
I can do that, Playboy.
You can breathe through your butt? That's what you're telling me.
Yes, Stone, I can breathe out of my backside.
And this comes in handy when exactly?
Oddly enough, my ability to breathe out of my anus saved me money when I was snorkeling in the Caribbean last year.
That'd be when you met Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Exactly. By having the ability to breathe out of my butt, I did not have to rent a snorkel. It's like having a blowhole, Playboy. A blowhole that saves you money. A money-saving blowhole.
Come on, Felix. You can't breathe out of your anus.
On the contrary, Stone, like Crikey the Australian river turtle, I can breathe out of my butt.
You expect me to believe that you can breathe from your anus?
You can breathe out of your butt too, Stone.
I can't breathe through my anus, Felix.
Yes, you can, man. Just take some practice. Now, cover your mouth and nose. Concentrate and inhale. Now exhale.
Oh, for the love of Pete! I just defecated into my own pants!
Yeah, you exhale wrong, Playboy.
Yes, Felix, I got that! Oh, this is terrible. Go to break. We'll be back next hour.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. It helps us a lot. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and social media pages at InAction News.
returns with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up here until 5:08, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. A new study found that chimpanzees consume a fair amount of alcohol due to wild fermented fruits and may hint at the origins of humans loving alcohol themselves.
Yeah, they realize there's alcohol in them darn fruits.
Correct. Wait a minute. That was fun. I eat this berry and I have fun. Let's do this.
That ugly chimp suddenly seemed attractive to me.
Oh.
Even chimps wear beer goggles.
Hey, it's late and you're single. Want to come home with me? Let's go, baby. New studies say that kids' willpower is no match for fast food and screens, and to instead teach them how to avoid those temptations altogether.
Well, they've known that forever. I mean, McDonald's pretty much openly said, yeah, we try to get your kids when they're kids.
Right.
That way that brand loyalty sticks around.
Yeah, Happy Meals, toys.
And while we knew that, earlier parenting was, teach them how to have some self-restraint. Teach them to fight against those urges and teach them to have some willpower. They found out that didn't work for crap. It's better instead to teach them how to cut off that particular temptation.
And it also depends, who you are as a parent.
Sure.
Like, I don't eat a lot of fast food. So, I mean, kids enjoy fast food, but it just doesn't come up much because they don't see it much.
Right.
That's all. Coca-Cola, all that kind of stuff. It happens, but overwhelmingly, it's just not a thing.
Yeah. I'm with you. At the end of the day, you're gonna have your own temptations, and you know what? As soon as you get your own free will, you're gonna do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
How many?
It's hard to explain. Like, you don't even have. Like, they just know what McDonald's and a Happy Meal is.
Absolutely. Even if they've never eaten it, they know McDonald's.
Right. Well, and when you tell a kid not to do something, at first they start listening. I would presume, but then after a while, they find a way to then do it without you knowing.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's the MO.
That's what we all did.
Right.
Every single one of us.
No, I still want to do this. I just know I get in trouble if you find out about it. So
when you're not here.
Right. I get into the cabinet and I grab the marshmallows. Suck it. Apparently, the best way to save on your energy bill while you're away from home is to set the thermostat at just a couple of degrees above your normal temperature. And apparently that just keeps the house regulated enough to where it's not swelling so much and you...
I got you,
you lose...
And turning it on, turning it off, it's more energy efficient to leave it on. One temperature the entire time.
Right. I am coming up to the time where I'm probably going to turn my thermostat off for several months.
When does that going to happen? Because the temperature just dropped a lot outside.
Well,
it's a beautiful day, but it's cold, man.
As Ted mentioned earlier here, in behind the scenes, we're in fake spring right now.
Yeah.
Yep. And we're about to get into second winter. So, yeah, it's tricking us right now, but don't worry. That's coming up.
I don't use mine too much. Like, tonight will be cold. When I get home, I'll put it on for like an hour or two, and then I'll turn it off.
All right. That works.
That's not a bad call.
It heats, yeah. Also, it depends. I have a big slider in my living room.
Yes.
It's like the outdoor patio. So it kind of just depends on where you sit. If I sit near that slider, you got to crank the heat.
Right.
Like, if you're like in my kitchen, you're like, God damn, it's hot.
It's always the thing with the kitchen. Like, turn the heat up. It's like we're in the kitchen.
Right. We're actively cooking.
Right.
The oven is on. There's a giant heater over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I cook on Thanksgiving, like I don't care how cold it is. Like, I'm not turning the heat on.
No.
Because that oven's on all damn day.
Exactly. Put your thinking caps on, gents. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. I give you guys a 40% chance of success on this one. It is a verb brought to you by the letter H. And to do this to somebody is to criticize or question them in a threatening way.
It's harassing.
I like harass, but nope, that's not the word. It's basically the same thing, but no. To do harass.
Yeah. Well,
to criticize or question them in a threatening way. It could also be somebody's name.
Herb.
No, not Herb. I like it though.
Hold on.
Just make the word work, man. I'm going Herb. So it could be somebody's name.
It could be somebody's name. You don't get this name a whole lot, but it could be somebody's name.
Male or female?
Male.
Male.
And to do this to somebody is to criticize or question them in a threatening way. Trying to think if I know anybody.
Harp? No.
Nope.
Hubert.
The word is Hector.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that meant that.
To hector somebody is to criticize or question them in a threatening way.
To hector them?
To hector them.
So that's
Are you
kind of
hectoring
like
me?
heckling, but it's
Basically, yeah.
but it's hectoring.
I guarantee you they have the same root.
I was gonna ask. They have to, right? Based on what they are.
Exactly.
Okay.
They're the same doggone thing.
Hectoring. I did not know that was a word.
Neither did I.
Residents of Australia's Northern Territory have been warned against venturing into waterways after the recent flooding, as it's brought crocodiles, quote, absolutely everywhere.
Yep. In Thailand, with the monsoon season happening, there are anacondas or whatever it is, pythons.
Yeah.
That are, in just they're getting pulled out of their holes, so they're swimming through the streets.
Sure.
And I've seen video; they're like 15 feet long, and you're just like, even if you were to wade out across the street downtown, there's a chance, man, you could bump into one of those.
You could get zapped, right?
But understand what they actually said in Australia. Obviously, you know you want to avoid floodwater. There's debris, there's sewage, all that. Of
course.
In Australia, they're telling the residents that, hey, stop swimming in the floodwater. Not, hey, don't go out, but they're like, dude, stop swimming in the floodwaters.
There's
Because
anacondas
only
in there.
in Australia are you going to go swim in floodwaters. And like, dude, the saltwater crocodile.
Right. That's actually the premise of the movie Crawl that came out several years ago. Basically, it's down in Florida. There's this huge hurricane that rolls through.
You told me to
floods
check
the
this
area.
out, didn't it?
It was a fun movie. It was a
Okay.
good ride, dude. I mean, it's dumb, but it was just a good, fun, stupid horror movie.
And it's what, like the father and daughter? Are they trapped
Something
in their
like that.
house? Or?
Yes, the floodwaters have risen, have raised the water levels, and you know the gators that are at the zoo there or whatever, they have now gotten loose and they're terracing around town. And then they find this family inside of a home, and now it's an escape movie.
So it's just, 90 minutes of them trying not to be eaten?
And yeah, people get zapped by the gators.
See, it's my kind of movie, man. Like, look, it's not going to be heavy. I'm probably going to chuckle.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm going to
It's
put that on tonight just to
Do it,
put
man.
my mind at ease. What's it called? Crawl.
Crawl.
Yeah, chill out, man. Watch Crawl.
I don't even know what it's on these days. People are freaking out because two massive quote-unquote doomsday fish have beached themselves in Cabo.
Yeah, they're right beside each other, too. Probably 50 yards apart.
Right.
They were trying to pull them back into the water. And for whatever reason, they just did not want to go.
I don't want in there.
It's crazy there, man.
So what does that mean? A major earthquake? That's typically on the fault, so...
Right, that's the whole thing, is that the they got their name the doomsday fish because if they show up, like it's an omen.
Something's going on.
Well,
in the
something's
water.
going on at the bottom of the ocean, which is not... Because they are way down deep. So think plate tectonics or a fault or...
Gotcha.
Something came, I don't know, volcanic vent. Who knows?
Okay. Maybe they just got news about new wars.
Yeah, fish war.
We have messages to send you.
Right. Yeah, we heard about it down here, too. I guess we're going to have to go beach ourselves and die.
You guys, the aliens are down here. They don't care about you.
It may have been something simple like a $5 bet. Daylight savings time or no? I told you, Eddie.
A new study found that spring fatigue may all be in your head. Of course it is.
What the hell is spring fatigue?
I don't know.
It's just because we lost an hour of sleep?
It might be. It just might be that you're tired. Let's see. Spring fatigue. What in the world? A familiar complaint ripples through all these areas. Feeling inexplicably drained even as the days grow longer and the weather improves. Yeah, you're still you're coming out of hibernation.
And people bitch about the daylight savings time thing. And I'm like, man, if you flew to Denver, you would not notice a time change.
Correct.
You wouldn't feel it. But if you tell people that you're going to do it in a place you live, then it's like, oh my God.
Right.
Well, it's like, right.
You hit it hard on the weekend. You lost an hour of sleep, and so you didn't get near as much recovery as you should have, and then you're back at work again.
And
You're
I had to
always
get
tired
up
about
early
that.
Sunday. I was stoked.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, volleyball tournament. Like, cool. All right, up by 7:30. All right.
I definitely woke up a little bit later and was like, ooh, I need to get out of bed.
Right. I did do. I woke up in the middle of the night. I usually have nature calls in the middle of the night, and I walk through the house and I see the oven, and it's 3:30 in the morning or 2:30 in the morning. It's like, all right, cool, I made it. And so then I go back to my bed and I turn on my TV to just have some background noise, and it said that it was 3:30. I was like, oh, and I had just missed it. I just missed when the clock shifted over.
I totally forgot about it.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, I still got to change my microwave.
Just don't.
Yeah, me too.
You know what?
And oven.
Let's go on that. You ever go over to somebody's house or you get in somebody's car and their clocks are just not right?
Sure.
They either
All right.
left it on the daylight savings time or off of it, or they're just not adjusted. Do you secretly judge those people?
Nah.
Well,
I
some
get it.
people do.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
In the car? No. In your house? Yes.
The oven, the microwave.
Yeah. Like, to me, it's like a Christmas decoration. You get a little bit of leeway, but
Right.
after a
damn
while, right? If I go over your house a month from now and it's still an hour off, it's like, come on, dude. What are you waiting for?
So this is a BuzzFeed list, and the people online are talking about the things that they quote-unquote silently judge other people for. We have a few highlights for you. So bottom of the list, they say, not putting tissue paper in gift bags totally irks me. If you're going to wrap a gift, do it right. Just throwing it into an empty plain gift bag is lazy.
It's a gift.
But I kind of agree with that. Look, you're already taking the route of the gift bag, so you don't want, you're already putting as little effort as you can into it.
Correct.
Throw some doggone tissue paper in there.
It's a gift.
It is, so make it look pretty.
It doesn't have to look pretty. Just be happy with the
Then
gift.
just give it to me. Don't put it in the bag. Just give it to me then.
To hand you the bottle instead of putting it in a little
there you go.
container? Right.
Yeah, I don't like this. It's a gift.
I would be happier if you did just say, here's the bottle, as opposed to be like, here's the bag that's got this clunky bottle inside of it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Just know that.
Oh, trust me, my wife's all about getting the paper in the bag. I always roll my eyes, because the way she does is she has a whole system.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, who cares? Well, apparently a lot of people.
Yeah, my wife doesn't like how I do the paper in the bag either. Because I'll wrap the gift real quick with some wrapping paper or with
I'll just
some
throw the paper on
tissue.
top.
Yeah, and then throw a little bit on top in there.
Because my thought is like that paper, much like wrapping a gift, the idea is that you're hiding what's in there to give them that element of surprise.
There you go.
Right? But
Yeah.
apparently that must also be pretty.
And it has to match.
Yeah, trust me, I'm going through the same learning curve. Like what?
They're gonna pull it out and throw it away.
How long before you get there? Just let me do it.
Yeah, huh? Same thing with the doggone bow. That bow doesn't go on that wrapping paper. Yeah, it does. Look at that.
It says tape on the bottom.
Sucker. A person driving too slowly on a 2-lane highway.
Yes.
Specifically in the left lane for me.
Yes.
I've gotten caught behind the slow driver in the right lane, and as I start to get frustrated, I think, nope, they are in the right lane. I need to slow down at this point.
Sure.
But if you are just floating in the left lane, I hate you.
Just move over.
Correct.
It's not a big deal. Just move on.
Like I'm not a fast driver, but even I get annoyed when it's like there's 2 lanes here. Just get over one.
Right.
That's all you got to do.
Just move out of the doggone way.
Man, some people, you got to do the speed limit.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
You mean at least do the speed limit?
Correct.
Yeah. Up by our hood, if you take any of the non-major roads around us, whoever you were behind, they are like 15 miles below the speed limit. Like, dude, I know it says 25 miles an hour, and I do appreciate you being cautious. Why are you going 10 miles an hour?
Right.
You're not looking for anything. You're not lost. You just won't frickin' drive.
For me, it's the express lanes. And I don't know if people getting in those express lanes don't understand it's still 60. But I'll be shocked sometimes. How are we going 45 or 50?
We have a legitimate problem in this state where people don't understand that the on-ramp is for you to get up to speed.
Speed up, yeah.
I don't understand that. It confounds me to this day that people will turn onto the freeway and hit 35 and you're supposed to be getting on the freeway. Like dude, they gave you a runway.
I know exactly.
Criminy.
Use it.
Things that people quietly judge others for: talking loudly on their cell phone. It's not just people using speakerphone, it's unnecessarily loud conversations in indoor or intimate spaces.
It depends on the person. Some people just have a loud voice.
Yeah.
And I do understand that. Other people are kind of yelling. I'm like, I don't know. Look, if it's not on speakerphone, I'll accept listening to you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard, have you ever had a girl's put her tongue in your gilly? Because the guy was talking loud. He just had a loud voice.
Correct.
And this has been weighing on me for like 35 years now. What exactly is my gilly? Is my gilly what I think my gilly is?
Right.
Because then I can answer your question. But he never specified. But I did hear his conversation.
Criminy.
It's sometimes, look, I get it, right? Especially on like the light rail. Like you might have to take a phone call, but just say, hey, I'm on the light rail.
Yes.
Right.
And then there was a dude behind me the other day just on speakerphone. It was like a 30-minute call. Just chatting away. We was talking about some real stuff, too. And I want to be like, dude, hang up that phone.
Right. We all walk in an office. If we get a phone call, we'll walk out so the other people that we know don't have to listen to this crap.
Sometimes you could be in the bathroom, just go underway, and somebody brings their conversation in there.
Oh, God, I know.
And I want to talk to the people on the other side of that phone. Like, he's peeing, right?
Oh, we used to have a guy that worked here, and he was a great guy, but he would grab the newspaper, drop an S, and close deals in the store.
Yes, he would.
It's like, wow, man, that is impressive.
Working it. Things that people quietly judge others for. People who get pushy and unnecessarily crowd others when flying. Both before departing, especially when it's not your turn to line up, and also when waiting to deplane.
But you're not going to get anywhere fast.
I don't understand people that stand, especially if you're in the middle to the back of the plane. Right. People have to get off first. People stand up and start getting in the aisle. It's like, where are you going?
Exactly.
I mean, I will stand up just to stretch.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I don't bother to grab my bag. Nothing happens. And then 9 times out of 10, it just seems like they pop on and say, hey, if you don't have a connecting flight, just get out of the way and let
sit your
people
ass back down.
Right.
That one drives you up a wall, too.
Why?
Because sometimes there is people in the back that need to go, and they've made the announcement, and like the people just stand up and start grabbing their bags. Like, let that man or woman through.
They might miss their flight, man.
Well, they typically will tell you that. Hey, folks, we got some stuff that are going to be late. Please let them exit the plane first.
No, but that's what Ted's saying. Like, but sometimes people don't.
They don't. Yeah, they still just stand up and do the same thing, and then you got that. Excuse me. It's like just let them through.
Right. The one that gets me is I've been on so many doggone 6-hour flights that people will go up there, they'll scan their ticket, and then the gate agent has to say, we are only boarding group 4 right now. If you're in group 7, like, we are about to sit down for 6 frickin' hours. How are you in a rush to go and sit for longer?
Because you know what you're doing. You were sitting there waiting anyway.
Right.
You know what you're going to sit down again.
There's more comfy ones over there.
And your
Dude,
seat's your seat.
I'm 100% with you.
I don't get it.
I almost try to wait. It's like I know I'm going to be sitting in this seat for 6 hours. I do not want to spend any more time than I have to.
The only time that I actually really try to be there when my group starts is if I'm in the window seat. If I'm in the aisle, I'm one of the last people on the plane.
Sure.
I am standing up over by somewhere just getting those last few seconds.
Yeah. I think it depends on your luggage, too, right? Like, I usually just take a duffel bag and a backpack. Put my backpack under the seat. So, like, with a duffel, it's pretty easy to squeeze in.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna mold in there. Things that people quietly judge others for. Parents letting kids run wild in certain public places.
Yes.
Like restaurants, movie theaters, supermarkets. I will say the airport. That is not the spot to let your kid learn how to walk in the middle of the doggone walkway.
I mean, the airport I'll cut a little slack only because you don't know how long they've been in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the grocery store or restaurants, like, and I get it, they're kids, they get anxious.
Costco.
Yeah, but so what? We were anxious as kids. My parents, as they say, white parents say, hey, don't do that. Black parents, as my parents say, do it again. Right? Kind of means the same thing.
Correct.
But I couldn't get up and do anything. Right. And when we were bringing our kids up, we intentionally would take them out to restaurants when they were young so that they could learn the ropes early.
Right.
And it says, I know you're hyper. You still have to sit in that seat and behave yourself.
When I was a kid, I loved going to Costco because my old man would always get that long, flat cart. And we would all have to sit on there while he was going through Costco. We thought it was the greatest thing. We're on this bus-like thing. I didn't realize until I grew up, it's like he was getting our asses out of the way.
That is exactly it.
I've got you all sitting right here. Nobody's just wandering out and going all into the vast emptiness of Costco.
Yeah,
getting in people's
drives
way.
me nuts.
People who walk their dogs off leash, mostly in public situations like on sidewalks and at parks. Yeah, leash your dog. Leash your dog.
Depends on the dog.
Sometimes.
I think it depends on the owner, too.
Well, yeah, I guess more than likely it depends on the owner, not so much the dog.
Right. Oh no, he's friendly. Yeah, that's what I always hear as I have to pull them off my dog. People, things that people quietly judge others for. This person says, I secretly judge people for being so judgy. If you're not hurting people, the planet, or the property, just let it go.
Yeah, I mean, part of I've never been one to care much, and then the older I get, I'm like, I do not care.
Right. There have been times when I've had to check myself of like, why does this bother me so much?
Why am I letting this bother me?
Right. In about 5 minutes, I am not going to remember this. Why am I letting this bother me?
Mm-hmm.
Just let it go. People who criticize others for doing what they themselves do. Like a gossip, complaining about someone else's gossiping.
That means you're gossiping about them.
Yep. We hate in others what we hate about ourselves.
Sure.
That is pretty funny, though.
That's why I hate attractive people.
Yeah, that's right. Damn it, you're
look
so
at him,
pretty.
so sexy.
Jeez, you just get all the women, don't you?
Slayer.
Men who wear baseball caps inside, especially when dining.
It depends on the establishment.
Not to my grandma.
Well, yeah, I know older generation. Like, if I'm at a restaurant, I will pull my hat off. If I'm at the bar, like,
you're right.
Come on.
Yeah, that to me seems to be kind of the rule too.
Yeah, like, dude, I'm at a bar. I'm in here physically getting hammered. I don't care if I'm sorry that offended you.
Yeah.
Restaurant, I get it. I'll pull my hat off.
I can't get through it though. I still pull my hat off and just put it over my knee, even if I'm at the bar. Yep.
Really?
It's reflex for me.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm sitting at the bar, I don't care. Sitting in a restaurant, I probably take it off. I take mine off when I'm driving too.
Really?
I do too.
I don't know why.
Because my bill hits the side of the window and stuff when I'm turning my head.
Yeah, sometimes, just like for whatever reason, I love wearing a hat, but I'm like, I gotta take it off. I'm driving.
People who dominate conversations and don't let you express yourself. Nobody in this room knows anything about that.
No. Yeah, people that talk at you.
Exactly.
Like, you don't really want to talk. Like, you don't want to have a conversation. You just want to say whatever it is you want to say.
Right.
That's correct.
And then I love when I get 2 sentences into my subject and they immediately just, oh, yeah, I've had that happen before. Last week we had it. Like, well, I guess I was done talking.
Yeah.
Your turn. And then I'll leave you with this last and final thing that people quietly judge others for. Back to driving. Not respecting the school bus. It can be annoying and slow you down, but kids' safety is very important. Just
wait. It's freaking kids, man.
Correct.
Kids make everything more difficult than it needs to be, and just understand that's a bus full of them.
Right. They're not mine. I didn't bring the little crotch goblins into this world.
Yeah, even before I had kids, that would piss me off.
Yeah.
Although I am pretty impatient. So I'm driving, this probably 7 years ago, driving my daughter to school. We get stuck behind the bus. I'm trying to be decent, so I just kind of mutter the profanities under my breath so she can't hear. Sure enough, their little stop sign pops out. My daughter starts reaching forward from the back seat. Dad, just blow the horn. I said, baby, listen. I don't have a problem blowing the horn at anybody, but do not blow the horn at a stop school bus. That is a very, very bad look, okay?
That is a tough look.
Yeah, I was like, dude, just trust me.
That might be my next passenger move.
Right, because everyone me mucks and drive.
Right. Police investigated the scene where human remains were discovered, and you won't believe what they found, Miles.
What did they actually find?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, if we made it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve with Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast a man identified only as Ronaldo from, Cascavel, Brazil. Now, Ronaldo, he's a car mechanic, oddly enough, does not own his own car. So earlier this month, he's walking to work when he is attacked by two large dogs. As he says, before he could even realize the danger he was in, he was trying to fend them off, fighting for his life. One of the dogs went for his throat. So that's the one he paid most attention to. But while he's wrestling with that dog, the other dog tried to bite his leg close to the genital area, I guess is the best way to put it. And it did manage to bite into his pants, into his cell phone that was in his pocket. And it was a very cheap phone. Well, it turns out that cheap phone saved his life because when the dog bit into it, the battery freaking exploded. All right, so the explosion, yes, it burned his legs, and sure, it scared the piss out of the dogs, but the dogs then ran away, and he was able to get away and call the police.
All right.
Yeah, he was like, dude, the only thing that saved me, because he said they were taking me down. I'm dealing with the one who's seriously just trying to bite my throat. See the other dog coming, and it's biting me near my twig and berries. Hit my phone, and he had just gotten the phone, I would say 20 days previous. But yeah, the phone blew up, scared the dogs away. He's like, ha-ha, cheap cell phone for you, bitch.
The old exploding cell phone trick.
It works every time, Ted. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola.
All right, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This. 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, A 102-year-old man is suing Walmart after they wouldn't hire him as a dog reader because he was too young. But first, our local zoo is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. They have a series of events planned to commemorate the occasion.
Yeah, I know you love you some animal, Stone, but they make me uncomfortable, man.
You don't like animals?
I like animals after they are cooked and plated, but living animals make me uncomfortable, Playboy.
Felix, we share the planet with our animal friends. It would behoove you and everyone to learn to respect and appreciate them. That's actually the mission of the zoo.
Yeah, okay, man.
There's so many fascinating facts about animals. For example, did you know that dolphins have names for each other? It shows advanced communication and social intelligence.
I know dolphins have names for each other, Stone.
You knew that already.
Yeah, I found out last year when I was snorkeling in the Caribbean. 3 dolphins started swimming beside me.
That sounds like a wonderful experience.
It was all right, man. But yeah, that's when I met Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo? Who are they?
Well, those were the 3 dolphins, man. That's how I know the dolphins have names.
Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Yeah, you know them?
No, Felix, I don't know the dolphins Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Yeah, they don't know you either. Cool guys, though. Well, not Ringo so much, but the other 2 were cool, man.
Okay. Another interesting animal fact. Crikey, the Australian river turtle at the zoo.
Yeah, what about him?
Well, Crikey, like all Australian river turtles, has the ability to breathe through his anus. It's called cloacal respiration.
Pfft, I can do that, Playboy.
You can breathe through your butt? That's what you're telling me.
Yes, Stone, I can breathe out of my backside.
And this comes in handy when exactly?
Oddly enough, my ability to breathe out of my anus saved me money when I was snorkeling in the Caribbean last year.
That'd be when you met Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Exactly. By having the ability to breathe out of my butt, I did not have to rent a snorkel. It's like having a blowhole, Playboy. A blowhole that saved you money. A money-saving blowhole.
Come on, Felix. You can't breathe out of your anus.
On the contrary, Stone, like Crikey the Australian river turtle, I can breathe out of my butt.
You expect me to believe that you can breathe from your anus?
You can breathe out of your butt too, Stone.
I can't breathe through my anus, Felix.
Yes, you can, man. Just take some practice. Now, cover your mouth and nose. Concentrate and inhale. Now exhale.
Oh, for the love of Pete, I just defecated into my own pants.
Yeah, you exhale wrong, Playboy.
Yes, Felix, I got that. Oh, this is terrible. Go to break. We'll be back next hour.
Hello, ladies. Like what you see? You know you do. But you can see even more by subscribing to your YouTube channel and social media pages. Just search @InActionNews. I'm working on an OnlyFans account, but I don't have feet just yet. But stay tuned.
Profile this.
And Steven Throw Hooks to please everyone out. Profile this is played.
Well, sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Dave. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores. All right, Dave, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. You have your choice today of one of three categories. Today we offer you interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally today, License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess.
Let's go interior decorating.
All right, we head to the fine country of Taiwan, where a man has claimed that he, quote-unquote, accidentally managed to lodge something up his butt, and it ended up getting stuck there. Medical staff at Lee General Hospital, they only realized the extent of the issue when the object popped up during an x-ray. I love how people won't just tell the doctor what it is. Brother, you know damn well what you placed in your backside.
I think they're not going to see it in the x-ray.
That's what I'm saying. Just, hey, doc, this is what's there. But I guess socialized healthcare, like you don't have to pay for the x-ray, right? Anyway, he initially turned up at the hospital saying he was suffering from abdominal distension for 3 days and been unable to poop. Well, doctors, they had to put the man through a major 2-hour operation so that the object could be taken out through his intestines. The man had hoped to push the object out naturally, but was unable to get any bowel movements. Now, despite the embarrassing procedure now being over, the man did not reveal details of how the incident occurred. All he told doctors was that it happened by accident, saying, quote, I don't know, I did it by accident. Well, no one believes him, of course, but the question is, what did he get stuck in his backside? Was it a baseball bat? Was it a vibrator? Was it a coconut? Or was it a cup? So baseball bat, vibrator, coconut, or cup. What did this man have stuck in his anus?
What are you thinking, Miles?
What was the second choice again?
The second choice was
Vibrator. Vibrator, coconut, or a cup?
I don't know how you get a coconut up there.
It
Well, hey,
has happened.
man.
I will say this. All 4 of those answers has happened in someone's rectum.
Dave, sometimes you feel like a nut.
On coconut?
Do you know the size of the cup?
I did not research
It fit.
Yeah.
It fit.
You know what? I'm
What do
going
you
to go
think,
baseball bat.
Baseball bat.
Yeah,
Beats
one of
all
those
the
little,
Brett.
one of
Beats
those
all-
tiny little novelty ones.
That's what I'm thinking.
Baseball's big in Taiwan.
It is.
Yeah, they said he wasn't able to take a number 2, and I'm thinking that'd be pretty hard to sit on the toilet with a 32-inch bat sticking out there.
You're not wrong.
So I'm going to go with the cup.
You're going to go cup.
I'm gonna go with
Okay.
the cup.
Okay.
What did this guy get stuck up the backside there? Baseball bat, a vibrator, a coconut, or a cup? We'll find out next.
Yes, we will.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
99.9 KISW.
Category is interior decorating on pro for this. Got a guy in Taiwan. Says he accidentally got something stuck in his backside. 2 hours after an operation later, it was finally removed through his intestines. Question is, what did he get stuck? A baseball bat, a vibrator, a coconut, or a cup?
And Dave, sadly, that is a reasonable question that we had to ask you because, again, all those answers, they are true for different people. So let us start with D. Ted Smith. You went with the baseball bat?
Oh, yeah.
I'm very happy to say it was not a baseball bat.
Louisville Slugger.
We call that the Louisville Logger. Miles, you went with the coconut.
I did.
Sadly, there is a story out there where a man inserted an entire coconut in his anus, and much like this guy, could not get it out. Do you know why? Because it's a coconut. And Dave, you went with the cup.
Oh, Dave. You know what to put up there.
Dave knows his butt play.
One dude, one cup.
Good times.
One dude, one cup, yes.
Oh, that is a horrible remake.
I know.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmies.
Fallon and Kimmel.
Seth Meyers. Bill Maher. Stephen Colbert. SNL. Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title is guys have teams of talents and writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
An etiquette expert says the proper way to eat cereal is with a spoon in one hand and a fork in another one. The fork is to attack anyone that comes from me Lucky Charms.
Colbert?
Fallon?
SNL.
An etiquette expert is saying that the proper way to eat cereal is with a spoon in one hand and a fork in the other. The fork is to attack anyone that comes from me Lucky Charms.
If you ever wondered what it'd be like to chatter with a Neanderthal or have a heart-to-heart with Homo erectus, wonder no more. Scientists have used research to recreate the lost language of the ancient human species. Spoiler alert, it's mostly grunting.
Fallon.
Smith.
I don't want to know what they sound like.
No.
What's up, Playboy?
Yeah.
Yeah, girl.
Oh, it's me. Homo erectus. Thought you'd be meaner. Timothy Chalamet is being criticized by major opera and ballet organizations after he said that nobody cares anymore about those art forms. Chalamet made the comments on his press tour for his movie about ping pong.
SNL.
Yeah, that's SNL.
Timothy Chalamet is being criticized by major opera and ballet organizations after he said that no one cares about those art forms. Chalamet made the comment on a press tour for his movie about ping pong.
That one wasn't good.
What's that?
That one wasn't good. It sucked.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah.
You didn't like
Marty Supreme?
Yeah.
No, it was terrible.
Did you like Uncut Gems?
Haven't seen it.
All right. It's the same guy. I got to see that movie still. Warner Brothers World in Abu Dhabi is officially developing a Harry Potter themed land in United Arab Emirates. So hopefully they know the spell for miscellaneous defeatus?
SNL.
Bill Maher.
SNL.
Warner Brothers World Abu Dhabi is officially developing a Harry Potter themed land in the United Arab Emirates. So hopefully they know the spell for Missalum Deflectus.
Officials in New Mexico are reopening investigations into the ranch that Jeffrey Epstein owned. And they should have known something was up when Epstein's ranch was all ponies.
SNL.
Yeah.
It's SNL.
Officials in New Mexico are reopening investigations into the ranch that Jeffrey Epstein owned. And they should have known something was up when Epstein's ranch was all ponies.
That is kind of weird. Shout out to my guy, Sean. Ran into a random dude Saturday night, Miles. Going to watch the Australian Grand Prix, right?
Grand Prix, yeah.
It's an Australian race. So we're going to go to the Kangaroo and Kiwi. Shout out to them. They had a whole room, turned on the volume, walked in, met this fella. Big rugby guy, started buying us shots, hung out with us all night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, even hung out with his friends. And they were like, can we sit here? It's like, it was your table. We literally stole it when you guys got up. All right, so this is the interesting list, right? It's a survey about songs, TV shows, and movies that turn Americans on.
Okay.
So, like, the songs, pretty simple. We could use that for a sit and spin. But the movies and the TV shows, especially the TV shows. What's TV shows? I will tell you this much.
That turn people on?
I would say the bulk of these answers, you've got to think women.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can tell you right now, coming from my wife, I'm going to guess like Bridgerton, whatever that hockey show is.
Bridgerton's on the list.
Right.
Heated rivalry.
Heated rivalry. Thank you.
Heated rivalry's not on here, but that might just because it's so new.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wait till next year. Yeah, I only know Bridgerton because my wife, I don't know if it's still on or what the deal is, but when it was on and it was all the talk, I knew she watched it. She always watched them. She's just like, well, you're not home. I'm killing time. The only thing I'd ever hear her bring up were sex scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if I watch porn, it's the same thing. I'll tell you nothing about the plot.
In her defense, she's consistent.
That was it. It wasn't like, oh my God, you can't believe what's happening and this thing happened. Like, whatever. The sex scenes were hot.
Baywatch.
Miles, you're thinking like a dude. Baywatch isn't on there.
All right.
Are there reality shows on there?
No.
Thinking like a Love Island or something like that.
No, this is more of like actual scripted shows. So like Bridgerton's on there, True Blood's on there.
Oh.
Orange is the New Black.
Okay.
That's a bunch of women in prison.
I saw some of the people there. I don't know who's that's turning on.
Vampire Diaries.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
Chicks love
vampires.
Vampires and sex.
Yeah.
You know how much ass you'd get if you're a vampire? All you have to do is be undead and suck blood and somehow, like, ooh, I want to be with you.
Supernatural.
That didn't make the list.
Of course not.
Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And then the number one, honestly, an old school one, Sex of the City.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I watched it a few times on mute for Kim Control.
I mean, Game of Thrones, they had a lot of sex scenes, but it usually was followed by a lot of blood and severed heads.
Sure.
So I don't know if I felt like I was in the mood after that.
Yeah, it gets the heart rate up. There's a reason why like horror movies that apparently gets people in the mood.
Really?
Mm-hmm. There was actually a study done that horror movies will actually raise arousal levels.
Oh, really?
Which is why it really works out for dudes to take
let's
the
watch The Exorcist naked, mama.
Just not alone.
As far as the movies go, again, I just feel like this list was written by women.
Twilight.
All right, Twilight's not on there, but 50 Shades of Grey.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Titanic.
Okay.
Really?
Pretty Woman. And then number one is another oldie, Dirty Dancing.
Wow.
Okay.
Chicks like dancing.
Patrick Swayze.
I mean, Titanic, man. It's like, okay.
There was the steamy scene with the handprint on the window that they screamed for.
I need more than that.
Even Footloose, chicks liked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get they like them. I just don't know if it gets me hot
in the
and bothered.
mood. Right. That's all. Like, I like Star Wars where I'm like, I'm having sex with a Wookiee. I mean, it's just, there's nothing about it got me in the mood.
I'm not sure I've watched a lot of movies, though, where I was like, oh, man, I'm all fired up.
That aren't porn? No.
Slave Leia didn't do it for you, though?
I will say this. All right, so I was 14 when that movie came out. And for my money, Carrie Fisher, she was just Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Never found her particularly attractive. Didn't think she was unattractive. Then she was Slave Leia, and I'm like, she is hot.
Wow.
That was a game changer, man.
I feel funny.
Yeah. I have an erection. Then I found out it's because of Jabba the Hutt, not her.
That's right.
Jabba.
Well, as far as TV shows, too, it also just depends on the scenes, right? Like you say Dukes of Hazzard, you're not really thinking about it, but then you got to think about
Boss Hogg, yeah.
Daisy Duke. Then you're like, oh, that could do it.
Boss Hogg.
Cooter.
Yeah. Or like I said, sometimes
Three's Company would do it all the time.
Right. Then if you watch college football, there's a lot of attractiveness in the crowds and stuff.
And they make it a point to let you know.
Yeah, especially with the Florida schools or maybe the Song Girls down at SC. Mm-hmm. All that kind of.
They don't do it so much in Notre Dame. Hey, bro, I'm just throwing it out. You don't have to believe me. I'm just saying with college football.
I don't even think the Ivy League has cheerleaders.
Fires back up. No, this is just the people in the crowd.
It's just Notre Dame.
Just do a quick click every time the camera pans to the crowd, so to speak.
Yeah.
And the schools that aren't hard to get into versus the ones that are.
Yeah, I mean, I lived with all those guys. They all went to Hopkins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
Great school.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a lot of stuff going on there.
No, there's Harvard cheerleaders.
I was going to say, the Ivy League's still got to have cheerleaders.
My daughter goes to Georgetown. She says the talent pool is very, very shallow.
Really?
No, I mean,
if you're in college, you want that, though.
yeah. It's just a shallow place to swim down.
Because you're here for higher learning. Like, no, I'm here for many things. That is one of them.
Let's see. Nicole Kidman. She could do an autopsy now. She was on the Tonight Show last week.
Humble brag.
Basically, she said she knows how to perform an autopsy. She said she went method acting in order to prepare for this new role in a Prime series where she's playing a doctor that does that kind of stuff. She says learning about the human body was part of her job as an actress that she studied with a medical examiner. I can remove all the organs. I can name them all. I can remove the lungs and the liver and the gallbladder and all the intestines.
You think she was picturing her ex the whole time?
Chris Martin?
No.
Keith Urban.
No, Keith Urban.
Oh, Keith Urban. My bad.
Yeah, I could do it now. I could remove all of your frickin' organs now.
I can identify a handful of them. I could hack open a body and be like, well, there's a lung. There's the
Man, I feel like if I was looking at an open body, I could pick out the organs.
Sure,
Not all
assuming
of
they have the same ones I do.
Yeah.
Also, is it that hard to cut them out once like the blood stopped going?
I
That would
wouldn't
seem a
think
lot
so.
easier.
I don't know.
You need to
Never
keep
filleted a person.
Need to keep them intact.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like I've cut open like a tiny little pig at a
And
in
removed all the
science class.
intestines, the heart.
Yeah,
Some
I
other
broke
one.
it down like owl puke and stuff, but I've never really got in there after a human.
Oh, should try it, man. It's all
I'm
the
waiting
rage.
for that on the plane. Does anyone here siphon through owl vomit? We need your help up front.
Like I did once in 6th grade.
Come on up, son.
People watch the World Baseball Classic. The United States is in action tonight, so you can check that out.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Here's your Beat Migs cheat sheet.
coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a 102-year-old man is suing Walmart after they wouldn't hire him as a dog reader because he was too young. But first, our local zoo is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. They have a series of events planned to commemorate the occasion.
Yeah, I know you love you some animal, Stone, but they make me uncomfortable, man.
You don't like animals?
I like animals after they are cooked and plated, but living animals make me uncomfortable, Playboy.
Felix, we share the planet with our animal friends. It would behoove you and everyone to learn to respect and appreciate them. That's actually the mission of the zoo.
Yeah, okay, man.
There's so many fascinating facts about animals. For example, did you know that dolphins have names for each other? It shows advanced communication and social intelligence.
I know dolphins have names for each other, Stone.
You knew that already.
Yeah, I found out last year when I was snorkeling in the Caribbean. 3 dolphins started swimming beside me.
That sounds like a wonderful experience.
It was all right, man. But yeah, that's when I met Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo? Who are they?
Well, those were the 3 dolphins, man. That's how I know the dolphins have names.
Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Yeah, you know them?
No, Felix, I don't know the dolphins Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Yeah, they don't know you either. Cool guys, though. Well, not Ringo so much, but the other 2 were cool, man.
Okay. Another interesting animal fact. Crikey, the Australian river turtle at the zoo.
Yeah, what about him?
Well, Crikey, like all Australian river turtles, has the ability to breathe through his anus. It's called cloacal respiration.
Pfft, I can do that, Playboy.
You can breathe through your butt? That's what you're telling me.
Yes, Stone, I can breathe out of my backside.
And this comes in handy when exactly?
Oddly enough, my ability to breathe out of my anus saved me money when I was snorkeling in the Caribbean last year.
That'd be when you met Luigi, Oswald, and Ringo.
Exactly. By having the ability to breathe out of my butt, I did not have to rent a snorkel. It's like having a blowhole, Playboy. A blowhole that saved you money. A money-saving blowhole.
Come on, Felix. You can't breathe out of your anus.
On the contrary, Stone, like Crikey the Australian river turtle, I can breathe out of my butt.
You expect me to believe that you can breathe from your anus?
You can breathe out of your butt too, Stone.
I can't breathe through my anus, Felix.
Yes, you can, man. Just take some practice. Now, cover your mouth and nose. Concentrate and inhale. Now exhale.
Oh, for the love of Pete! I just defecated into my own pants!
Yeah, you exhale wrong, Playboy.
Yes, Felix, I got that! Oh, this is terrible. Go to break. We'll be back next hour.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before we begin, why is my seat wet?
What?
My seat. My seat is wet. Why is my seat wet?
Yeah, man. I may or I may not have urinated on your chair.
What?
I said I may or I may not have urinated.
I heard what you said! You urinated on my chair?
I did not say that, Stone. I said I may or I may not have urinated on your chair.
What?
Stone, you asked the question. Where's my seat wet? So I answered your question.
You didn't answer my question. You offered me a riddle about whether or not you urinated. Urinated, Felix, on my seat, where I am sitting.
Well, maybe you didn't ask the right question, Playboy.
Yeah, I would just ask Felix whether or not he peed on my seat.
I did not pee on your seat, Bonnie.
See how easy that is?
Right. Yes. Felix.
What's up, Playboy?
Felix.
What's on your mind, my guy?
What's up? Felix.
What's crackin' man?
Felix! Did you or did you not urinate on my chair?
You finally just asked.
Yes!
About time, man. It was almost like you didn't even want to know whether or not I peed on your seat.
And
I'm glad you asked, Stone, because I'm ready to answer.
is this how you answer questions?
What do you mean?
Someone asks you a question, and before you just answer the question, you let people know that you are ready to answer the question.
That depends on the question, Playboy. Now, what did you ask me again?
Are you being...
Let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. An American Airlines passenger has kicked off a flight for playing videos on speakerphone. Meanwhile, the reason one Florida man was arrested will surely make you groan. 2 teenagers leave a bag full of weed and cash at a New Zealand Goodwill. To confuse a deer carcass with a human remains, that definitely takes skill. Or not. A Canadian officials rescued 23 people who were floating away on an ice sheet. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my call.
Our top story, we go to Pennsylvania, where a case has been solved. Kinda. Authorities got a call from a couple of hikers in the area that reported finding human remains about 10 miles outside of Philadelphia. They called medical examiners out of Delaware to the scene, who confirmed that they had in fact found human remains, and an investigation began. As the remains were found within a state park, state police got involved and conducted a more extensive examination. And luckily they did, because they recently revealed to the media something that they discovered about the body, saying, quote, after a more extensive examination of the alleged human remains, they have been confirmed to be that of a deer, not those of a human.
Oh.
No additional remains were discovered, and the investigation is closed, according to troopers. They just found a dead deer carcass out there. Which, you know what? I'm glad they raised the alarm. I'm glad that we got people out there.
If you weren't sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Which tells me if you brought in medical examiners who also said, oh, yeah, that's people, that this deer was messed up enough to where the way that it was laying there didn't look natural.
But you would think the medical examiners would have been the ones to be like, hey, this is pretty gnarly, but the good, whatever it is, it's not human.
Right.
At least.
Like, did you just catch somebody on an off day? Like,
I guess.
What happened here? I don't know. In other news, right here at home in Thurston County, officers were able to track down a suspect thanks to a trail of breadcrumbs. 2 sergeants from the sheriff's office were involved in a motorcycle pursuit last week, which required the help of a canine unit. After a short chase, the rider ditched the bike and took off on foot, attempting to elude officers by jumping over several tall fences. Now, while this might have had an effect, he made the interesting decision to begin disrobing while he fled, leaving officers a very helpful trail of discarded clothing that eventually led them to a tarp at a nearby home where their man was found taking shelter. He was arrested after a little coaxing from the canine unit.
Yeah, coaxing.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on, buddy, seriously.
We're going to let him loose. Why are you taking your clothes off?
I don't know. Just to make things weird.
Even if it's a scent thing, it's like, okay, they were still on you. Now you just gave them a very heavily concentrated scent of you.
They're smelling you.
Right.
Not your clothes. Your clothes smell like you.
Right.
The dog's probably like, yeah, those are his pants and he's naked. You still want me to go after this weirdo?
Right. I'm over here. Don't find me. Down in New Zealand, where donated items are best left behind, a couple teenagers made a donation at a local charity shop while their vehicle was being serviced at a nearby auto body shop. But things got a little fishy when the teenagers suddenly reappeared to take back their donated knapsack, which prompted a look inside. The crew didn't have to open up the sack to know what was inside, as the pungent aroma of marijuana was emanating from the pack.
Yeah.
Cash was also found inside the bag.
Wrong one.
Officers were called and the teens were placed under arrest, though it's not detailed whether they'll face any penalties. It is illegal in that area to do it, but
sure,
it's a bunch of kids running around with weed in a knapsack. That is a very teenager move to go back to the Goodwill, as it were, just say, oh yeah, can I get that back? I didn't mean to donate it.
You would think it's teenagers. We have so many stories of full-grown adult, same kind of thing, like, hey, there was a plastic bag I left here at the cash register. Sir, the one with the 5 pounds of meth in it. That's the one.
I mean, do you think they would have been able to figure out whose bag it was?
They could have if they cared.
Or they probably were just going to throw it out, right?
Or somebody in there was just going to take it home.
I think the bag would have been thrown out, probably not the weed, but yeah.
Over here for a weed.
Right. Oh, we left our weed here. Can we get that back, please?
I'd have been like, too late, bro. You know your weed's gone.
Good day, mate.
And surprisingly, in New Zealand, they only have medical marijuana for a very small select group of people.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think that'd be a more liberal place, but no. As far as weed goes, they are not down with it.
Everything's already trying to kill you. Let's go ahead and make life just a little bit more pleasant, huh? Nah. We go to the lovely world of the internet where a poor passenger has been dealt with. Videos are gaining traction online that features a woman in the middle of a tirade on an American Airlines flight. The story goes that the woman, who is believed to have been intoxicated at the time of the incident, was informed that she was being removed from the plane, prompting her freakout. The reason for her sudden departure? She was playing videos on her phone on her speaker. During her tirade, we learned her side of the story, claiming to have only played the video for 30 seconds and assuring authorities that she stopped after the second warning. Luckily for everybody on board, authorities escorted her off the plane, and thanks to the thanks and applause of her fellow passengers. No word on what happened after she was brought off the plane. The fact that she had to say, "I stopped after the second time you told me to stop."
That you stopped after the first time, and you shouldn't have done it at all.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't believe for a second you stopped. They had to tell you a second time to stop.
I mean, there's already your admission. Like, that's a weak argument.
That's right.
Also, like, it's been long enough now. Like, I just don't understand what people are thinking. Like, that's annoying everybody.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Straight
At least
up.
on flights, they're like, you can't do it. We'll kick you off.
Yep.
Right. They don't care, and I would put money down that this woman has done this so many times where she freaks out. She has zero self-respect, so she'll make a scene just to make people leave her alone.
Yeah.
But now they have authorities.
Mm-hmm.
But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth,
thankfully, there's good news.
we go to Ontario, Canada, where an impossible situation had a happy ending. A group of more than 20 people found themselves in a perilous situation when the ice shelf that they were standing on broke off of the mainland and started floating into Lake Huron. They attempted to find a chunk of ice that was still connected to get back to safety, but discovered that they were now on an island of ice that was slowly eroding away beneath them. It was giving way. It was encroaching on them. They got to the point that they began calling their families to make their last goodbyes, believing that this was indeed the end. Thankfully, a helicopter was able to make it onto the scene, albeit through treacherous winds that they didn't think that they were going to be able to get through, by the way. They tried to get it on there. They said, the wind is so bad, I don't think we're going to be able to get you guys lifted off of there. But they were able to safely rescue all 23 people. Several members of the group suffered hypothermia, but should all recover.
That is terrifying.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, your knee-jerk thought is, well, just swim back to shore. It's like, how are you going to get on the rest of the ice?
Right.
It doesn't make
apparently
sense.
they were having some lake effect wind, so when it blew them, they were sailing.
Yeah. Yeah, they were moving. God. It was bad, dude. Bad times. Men's Room Sports, you got college hoops on all the ESPN affiliates and CBS Sports. Pro basketball over on Peacock, and as Ted said, the World Baseball Classic continues as the U.S. is currently underway against Mexico over on Fox. Come on, Cal.
Come on, Cal. Hit something, dude.
Come on, Cal.
It's a struggle a little bit in this tournament.
As far as your weather, it's going to get cold tonight. They're expecting a low of 36 with a chance of light rain or even wet snow. Tomorrow, they're predicting a little afternoon rain with a high right around 46. And that is it for headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thanks, sir. We'll see you next time on the Daily Mix Morning Show. We're going to sit and spin 10 actors that actually had a top 100 Billboard hit on the music charts. Lovely Jolene's coming up in just seconds.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.